Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon buffs. What it is, what it does, and what it's gonna be. It's your man's Harry Billion. Family, welcome to the Liberian Perspective. Please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Family, don't forget to give me the thumbs up. And please remember to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as it uploads to YouTube. Hey, family, guess what, man? I gotta go ahead and get into this live stream right now. So that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. We about to work. So let's get to work. Good morning, good afternoon, and hello to everybody around the world. Welcome to TLP Live at Noon. I am your host, Harry B. None other. You are watching TLP Live at Noon. So welcome to everyone. Guys, we have another show. This show is going to be a piggyback of yesterday's show talking about the Big 12. I said it was going to be a two-part if it was necessary. Well, at the end of yesterday's video, we jumped into a whole nother conversation. So I wanted to give us the opportunity to make sure that we cover the second half or the other half of the Big 12 situation that we have. And while we're doing this Big 12 video, we are doing this Big 12 live video because Coach Prime has a mandate to be in the top 12 teams next year when the NCAA goes over to a 12-team playoff system. Coach Prime is making a mandate and is challenging us as a fan base, his team and himself, his staff, and everyone to make sure that we give Peggy an opportunity to see us in that playoff situation. So, how do we make that happen? The Big 12 is not going to be a pushover, all right? The Big 12 is going to be ready. Every team, every single team, when they play Colorado, it's almost like they think they're playing Deion Sanders. Why? Because he's Deion Sanders. Well, duh. It's obvious, right? Because you're playing Deion Sanders. You're playing Deion Sanders. You're not playing those young men on that field. You got to shut him up. You got to stop him. You got to stop this force of nature that he is, Deion Sanders. He garners our attention. Wherever he steps in the room, whenever he steps in that room, he's the one that everybody's going to be looking at. Like I always say, our guy, well, he's our guy, and our guy is the guy that their guy is always going to be talking about. Everybody here, for the most part, are bandwagon buffs, okay? Not because I came up with something so spectacular, right? Bandwagon buff. Not because I came up with it. No, it's something that I said. We are bandwagon buffs because Coach Prime came over from Jackson State in Jackson, Mississippi. And I told you, Jackson, Mississippi was always going to be getting love, okay? Even though he's gone, we're still giving Jackson State some love, okay? But anyways, he came over from Jackson State. We are bandwagon buffs because of that, and we didn't want to get shamed. So we're holding him down, okay? But he puts a target on our back, okay? And if you are a supporter of Deion Sanders, you got to deal with that. And we're dealing with it. How do I deal with it on this channel? I keep him upright, okay? Just like the O-line is being brought in to keep them upright, I try my best to try to keep our guy, who is Deion Sanders, a.k.a. Coach Prime, trying to keep him upright. How do I keep him upright? You're like, Harry B., why are you trying to keep him upright? Well, basically what I'm trying to do is I support his base. I support his constituents. I support the BWBs, those who are here with information, with data, with information that's going to help them to understand the game and to also have a clear and concise mind to make correct decisions. Like when you go into an argument, you go to the barber shop, you are everywhere in your corner. When you come to this channel, you know you're getting information here that's going to help you in those arguments, that's going to help you in your everyday conversations, that's going to help you to make sure that you are not losing that conversation or that argument. I arm you with information about the Colorado Buffaloes so that when you're having those arguments or those conversations, you seem just a little smarter. Man, I'm a genius. Yeah, I think I am. Will y'all call me a genius? It doesn't matter because I already know I'm a genius. Anyways, that's what I'm here to do. We're going to talk about the Big 12. We're going to continue the conversation about the Big 12. Yesterday, I'm going to remind you, we had a great panel, all right? If I can remember the panel, I think we had Flocka, we had Tim on, and Panda came back on. Panda, you know, when Panda comes on, y'all should know Panda by now. When he comes on, boy, he be dropping some crazy knowledge. So I love when I have a conversation with him. Who else did we have? Did we have Big Dog yesterday? I'm not sure if we had Big Dog. We had Damon, who is our resident detractor. You know what I'm saying? He's a respectable guy. He's a knowledgeable guy. He's a Michigan fan. But, you know, he's a detractor. But that's great. I like the drama because it makes for good television. Guys, that's a long setup. So today's show, we're going to continue that conversation. We're going to deal with the other half of that. It's difficult. We know it's going to be difficult. We're not delusional around here. But how difficult is it actually going to be? Well, we're going to talk about it. Yesterday, we focused mostly on the possibilities, but I think today it's time to talk about how difficult that road is going to be. So it ain't going to be pretty today, just like yesterday. If you're not a data person, if you are not interested in the knowings and how you think Coach Prime is going to meet his goal or achieve his goals, then maybe this video or this live is not for you. But if you want to learn some things in between, because we have some great conversations on this channel, guys, on these lives. If you want to learn some things in between, then stay tuned because you're going to enjoy this. So with all that being said, let me introduce my folks that are with me. Let me just say hello to my people that are with me. For the most part, sometimes we get new people, but we have constituents. We have residents, resident like Peter Investor. All right, Peter Investor is a resident. Okay, Buff Boulder City. This is my second time seeing Buff Boulder City. You're probably here most of the time. Timothy Smith, you know, he's a resident. Timothy is a resident. All right, so hello everyone. Stephen Charles is a resident, guys. You already know. You know what time it is, guys. The X-Men from South Africa is a resident. You guys know the X-Men. The X-Men drops knowledge. You know what I'm saying? All these people drops knowledge, and they're always here to support me, man. It makes me feel like, you know what I'm saying, like we're family. We're building a family, or we're building a family environment here. So say what you're gonna say in the comment, as long as you keep it respectful and yeah, you know. Don't cuss. Don't say no cuss words. We're all good. Like, try to keep it respectful. Respect other people's opinions. Respect where they stand. It doesn't matter. If they disagree with you, that's even better. Because whenever somebody disagrees with you, it's an opportunity for you to learn something. It shouldn't always be an opportunity for you to attack them. Don't take that position. Because I have learned through, like, God has taught me a lot in the 1 year that I have been covering Coach Prime in the Colorado Buffs, that whenever somebody attacks you, it's an opportunity to learn. It shouldn't always be you attack back, because when you attack back, you're almost falling prey to what they were trying to do. And then also, you miss that little window. You close that little window into their mind frame. And that was the opportunity for you to learn something. So learn like I learned. A critic is not always against you. And even if it seems like they are against you, be patient. Breathe a little, read what they're reading, read what they wrote, and then say, okay, let me engage in a civil way and see if I can understand where you're coming from. And then guess what? Sometimes you make friends. Sometimes you make friends out of a critic. It's weird. I didn't know this until I started doing YouTube. And the Holy Spirit, God's Spirit said, Harry B., watch yourself, because you need people who disagree with you just as much as people who agree with you. You need a balance in your life. Be weary of the yes men in your face all the time, because those are the most venomous people when they find a chink in your armor. Whew. But the person that you already know is a critic, you know when they're going to criticize you, you know when they're criticizing you, and you already been there. So if you have a critic, somebody that criticizes you, when they find a chink in your armor, you're like, I already knew that. And then y'all can have a good conversation. So, guys, you know the format of the show. Right above, right here, you will see the email that says, to call into the show, email hottipsfortlpsports@gmail.com. If you are a resident caller and you are not too busy at work, because obviously it's 12:10 right now on the East Coast, somewhere on the West Coast is going to be 9:10, okay? So in the morning or wherever time it is in South Africa, okay? Just use that barometer to say, hey, man, it's time for me to call into TLP Sports. If you are a resident, use that same email, but I'm going to give you a new link because the old link is not going to work. Don't click on that old link. That show that you're not going to get on that show because we use new links every show that we have. But if you want to come on, if you are new, you want to join the conversation, add your voice to the conversation because this is the show that allows you to talk Coach Prime every single day, Monday through Friday at noon. Or at least if I'm a few minutes late, you know what I'm saying? You got to give me a little bit of grace, okay? Sometimes, things are happening. I'm editing video and I want to release that video before I start the live. Count it to that, okay, guys? I'm working hard for you. That's why I got my little Cash app right there at the bottom on your screen. So if you want to bless a brother for working so hard, you can bless me. Okay, let's get into the show, guys. I've said enough. Phil, so real. What up, Zulu or Zulus? Is that Zulus or Zulus? What up with you? CU has a 90% rating in recruiting, leading the Big 12. Oh yeah, so let's cover some of yesterday, certain things that came up yesterday. Let's go ahead and cover the let's take care of the overall things that's happening around CU, and then we get into the show. We'll dive deep into the Big 12 and some of the issues that may be plaguing us from making that 12 team, because it ain't gonna be easy, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you, okay? I won't hold you. All right, it ain't gonna be easy. Okay, so here we go. The first thing that we want to talk about, we talked about it a little bit on yesterday's show. And if you didn't go deep into that, if you were not deep into the issue of yesterday, or you didn't go deep into the show of yesterday, then you probably missed this part. Let's go ahead and put that on the screen. Right there on your screen, guys, you will see former Colorado quarterback commit Danny O'Neal commits to Sean Lewis and San Diego State. We said at the end of that show yesterday that this is not a surprise. This was actually expected because we knew that Sean Lewis was leaving after the demotion, or if you don't want to call it a demotion, you don't have to. But we knew that this was going to happen when we knew that he was going to leave. He actually he recruited Danny O'Neal, and Danny O'Neal jumped into that transfer portal because he wanted to be with Coach Sean Lewis at San Diego State. So he left, and we were like, okay, we're not surprised there. That's no surprise. Congratulations, ball out, and just hope that we never meet y'all, because we'll beat the snot out of your nose and then put it back in your nose and kick your butt so the snot would jump out of your nose by us kicking your butt. Just understand that it's personal. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It's personal, baby. It's definitely personal. Guys, do me a favor, please. Just a small little favor. I know a lot of y'all are at work. You're a concierge. You're throwing packages in the back of a delivery truck, whatever. Hit that like button for me if you have the ability to do that. You know how they say in church, if you have the ability to stand up, please stand up so that we can, say whatever prayer or whatever we're doing, sing a song. If you have the ability to hit that like button, smash that like button for me. Then it's going to send the video out. The algorithm is going to do its thing to send the video out. All right, so that's the first news that we wanted to talk about. That is Danny O'Neal. He's going to be playing for Sean Lewis. All right. Harry, did you see what CSU head coach wife said about? Yo, send me that to the email, Tim. Send that to my email. I'll put it on the screen. I didn't see that. So send it to the email. Zulus, what up, fam? Yeah, Tim, send that to the email. I did not see that. We'll appreciate that. All right, keep hitting that that like button. People are coming to the show. All right, let's go ahead and cover the next news, guys. The next thing that we talked about on the last I guess like 3 hours in to that show. Let me put that on the screen for you guys. It was this thing right here. Cavassier Smoke. Any coaching opportunities, DM me. Okay, so if you saw yesterday's show, we already talked about this. Cavassier Smoke. Cavassier is a good running back. I don't know if he had a conversation with Coach Prime and they realized that, okay, Cavassier is not an NFL running back, or if he's not going to make it, or he's not going to jump into that draft. I don't know. I don't know what the situation here is. Is he asking for a friend? Is he asking for himself? I don't know if he's asking for a friend or asking for himself, but he's asking for coaching opportunities, and I thought maybe he was good enough to at least get on somebody's practice squad and show off, right? I know that we didn't really use our running backs because we refused to run last year or this this year. We absolutely just said we're not running. Forget about it. We don't care. All right, that's my position. I'm standing on it. But yeah, so Kavashi didn't really get to show his stuff. It would have been nice, for the NFL scouts, but that didn't happen. So why is he asking for coaching opportunity? Is he looking for a job, for a friend? Is he looking for anything? We don't know. If you know the situation for Kavashi Smoke, please go ahead and let the rest of us know what was going on. All right. The best approach and pathway for CU to make it to the Big 12. Oh, Peter's ready to go. He's like, forget about all that stuff, Harry B. We already know. The 12-team playoff is undefeated in the conference. I don't know that we're going undefeated, and we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about it. Peter's ready to go. I get it. I understand. I understand. Okay. KMS says he's not NFL talent. KMS, you want to expound on that? What do you mean he's not NFL talent? The boy was what? He was coming off Kentucky with 1,000 yards. What we talking about? Huh? So I love CC's. I really tried to be locked in with you. NGL, you said some crazy stuff, Harry. Break that down for me. What do you mean? Crazy stuff like what? What crazy stuff did I say? I'm prone to say crazy stuff. That's for sure. But what crazy stuff did I say? Let me know what the crazy stuff is. And yeah, so we can talk about it. Let's see. So hot tips for TLPsports@gmail.com. If you are watching the show and you want to join the live and you want to come on, especially I love CC, if you want to come on and tell me what crazy stuff I said, let's talk about it. But I'm sure you're typing if you can. You're probably at work. But okay. So Kavashi Smoke is looking for a job, and apparently I guess somebody's wife. Tim says somebody's that CSU head coach wife. Oh, okay, that's Colorado State. Jay Norvell. His wife said something about Shador. So Jay Norvell is back in the media again. Jay Norvell is he's still saying stuff. Why these people don't let live? You know what I'm saying? Why don't these people let live what needs to be lived? Okay, so I got something on Jay Norvell. Let me share that with you guys. Hit that subscribe button up, but also make sure that you hit that make sure that you hit the like button so that we can get the video to other people. I got some more news for you guys. Let's go ahead and share my screen for you. I love CC said I can break it down like a fraction if you want. Some of your takes are elementary. That's fine. I mean, I'm a host of a show, so I don't claim to be like the most astute person in college football commentary, and I admit that. But if they're elementary, I would challenge you strongly, because anybody that tries to come for me, they don't know how much knowledge I have, and I will unleash it all. Just know that. I mean, I'm just trying to be nice, but just know that, because I will unleash everything just to defend myself, my positions. So if they're elementary, then prove that they're elementary, and I might agree with you. That's the crazy thing. I might agree with you if they're, but you got to prove that they're elementary, though. Like, if you can't prove, you're not coming for me, but you say elementary. So if they're elementary, then you got to prove that they're elementary, though. If you're saying something other than elementary, then then I gotta defend myself and say, you see, that's not elementary. So that's just how I do it. Anyway, but I welcome it. I love to learn, man. That's the thing. Hey guys, let me know you see my screen. I know that it's sometimes I get blank screen, but this is what Jay Norvell's post-game conversation was. If you guys can see my screen, if you can see the screen right here, let me pull it up. Oh, you was talking about my dad? No, I was not. Yes, you were. You were. You were. Don't put your hands on him. All right. Congratulations, coach. And I was never talking about your family. Oh, you was talking about my dad. I was not. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Shador is a beast, yo. Shador is something else. You guys are seeing that? Are you guys seeing that? Okay, Tim, thank you. I appreciate it. Did you guys see that? Anybody can just confirm with me for real quick. Oh Lord, have mercy. You guys, let me know if you saw that conversation. If you see that, please. Okay. Yo, hey Flocka, I got something for you too. I got something from the Holy Spirit I want to tell you too. Somebody said something earlier about you, and I want to confirm it. The Holy Spirit told me today that I should confirm it for you. So I'm going to confirm it, and then you can take it how you want to take it. All right. So stay tuned. Don't go away. Give me a second. I'm gonna speak some life into you. Right now we're gonna be talking about the Big 12. We're gonna be doing an update on the Big 12, but so stay tuned. Right now we're just doing updates. I cover what's going on around the bus, so that way in the front of the video, because a lot of people don't get into the whole hour, let alone the second hour, let alone the 3 hours. So I'm trying to give you the current updates in the front of the video, so at least you will know what's going on around the bus. And people in the chat, they help me to make sure that we get all that stuff out first, and then we get into the nitty-gritty of what's going on. All right, so so give me a second, guys. I'm actually trying to. I got the email from Tim, and I'm trying to actually put this stuff on the screen. So just give me 1 second, and and then once we finish with the updates, then we can get into it. So yeah, just one more time. You guys say you saw it. Oh man. So yeah, this is funny, man. If you saw this, like that conversation, we already knew that we already knew that Shador was. We can tell what Shador said. Like it was it was widely spread that he was like not feeling dude. All right, so oh my gosh. All right, Flocka, I'll be with you in just a second. Give me a second. Let me go ahead and finish these updates that Tim just sent me. What's this? All right, so this is what Jay Norvell's wife had to say about number 2, Shador. Shador, and then it says SIC. What did that SIC mean? Is it like when they're writing and it says something crazy? Is that what they say? They say SIC or whatever. Acted like a B when Jay turned his back to his dad and held up his watch. Kim Norvell wrote in a now deleted tweet. Why do people put tweets up and then they delete it? Like, what is? It's better to say I'm sorry than to ask for permission, I guess. Kim would insinuate that there was no more, that there was more to her husband's brief moment with Coach Prime that wasn't shown on the Amazon show, which showed Jay denying he was taking shots at Deion's mother, Connie Knight, while Sanders was unconvinced and repeatedly claimed that Norvell was. It's hard not to see Norvell's personal shot at Knight during his September 14th rant about Coach Prime doing his show. Oh, let it go, people. I mean, okay, I know I guess you got to defend yourself. That's what it's all about. You got to defend yourself, because at the end of the day, man, if somebody's taking shots at your family, especially on a big stage like Coach Prime's have on Amazon, I guess, you gotta support yourself. You gotta protect your family. So at a certain point, you're gonna say something. So I don't blame these people, but I mean, if you're gonna put it out there, then why not stand on it? Why not stand on what did it say now in the South? Business. Um, Colorado State head coach Jay Norvell's wife took a shot at Shadur's following the release of Amazon Prime's videos documentary series Coach Prime, which showed the post-game confrontation Norvell had with Deion. Oh, I guess I should have put this one up first. With Deion Sanders after the latter's Colorado football program shown down CSU during the September 16 Rocky Mountain Showdown at Folsom Field. Calling Prime's youngest son a B, short for well. We all know what that stands for. Blah 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 blah. Yes, sir. I love. Listen, more drama, please. More drama, please. More drama, please. Okay. Listen, it's on Amazon. You put it out there, people are gonna have to respond. But what the question that I have is, why take it down? I don't know. Why take it down? All right. So, anyways, God put something on my heart for when I was having my devotion with my wife this morning about Flocka or Flock. And I just wanted to share that before we got into the show. Flocka, somebody said, hey man, you should start your own YouTube channel. And because you're very knowledgeable, you've been on the show 2 times. And the first time you came onto the show, I was like, oh man, thank you so much for infusing energy. And then your knowledge about the subject. Like, you should be on somebody's show, or you should have your own show. You probably have a YouTube channel. I haven't seen your content. If you do, then that's great. Let me know where your YouTube channel is and you're doing sports. But if you don't, you should have a YouTube channel, and you should go ahead and start talking about this topic. Because when I got the message, when I got the word in my spirit, I felt kind of sad, because I'm like, well, dang, if I tell him this, oh, if he starts his own YouTube channel, then he ain't gonna be a guest on my show no more. He ain't gonna be coming to my show to drop that knowledge, because he's gonna be doing that and getting all the views on his channel because he's too good. Ah, shucks. But I was like, I gotta be obedient, man. I was like, dang it. Lord, I gotta be obedient and tell Flocka, hey man, you should start a YouTube channel because you are very knowledgeable, you are very astute, and you know the subject matter, and you are a speaker. You have the gift of gap, whatever they say, you know what I'm saying? You can talk, all right? And you're entertaining, and you're not like somebody who stutters. You have that thing that commentators, that people, I guess like myself, we have. You know, people tell us, hey man, we can talk and stuff. You have that thing. So you should go ahead and start a channel if you've been on the outskirts, or you've been kind of teetering, or, you know, like lukewarm, thinking about it, not really doing it, but you should. Take it from me. Somebody said it, but then it dropped in my spirit when I was having my devotion. And now you got 2 confirmations now. I don't know if that's number 3 for you, because I'm sure somebody has told you that before, but that's 2 from this channel. So that could be number 4, because people have probably been telling you. So there you have it. And if you start a show, man, listen, we got to do collaborations, okay? You got to promise that you will come back to my show and give me some of your knowledge too, man. And I will come on your show and bless your show as well. We can cross-platform promote. You understand what I'm saying? I try to do that with other channels. It wasn't welcomed. I don't know why. I think it's my personality. It's kind of weird, but I ain't for everybody, man. I am not for everybody. I'm an acquired taste. This Liberian boy is kind of crazy. Okay, so hey man, that's the message for you, Flocka. Listen, man, do your thing. You got to start it, man. You got that energy. You got that knowledge. I promise you. I'll definitely be a guest for you, giving me the platform to speak. Yo, do your thing. You got to start it, man. You got to start it. Just being myself, Hankerson and Van Wells headed to the Beavers. I wonder why they left. So, Coach Prime actually gave the dog salute to Hankerson. Hankerson, that's one of the updates, guys. Hankerson is the running back. One of our running backs is going to be transferring to the Beavers. All right, Arizona State Beavers. And so is Van Wells. He's going to be, on their their offensive line, because he was our center. So now they're going to get a running back, and Coach Prime put a dog stamp on him. He says, you guys are getting a dog. So apparently there's no real bad blood. They just wanted a different environment. They wanted a different situation. And it could have been, just answering Just Be Myself's question, it could have been the fact that maybe Colorado just didn't run the ball enough for him. Especially if you have aspirations to go to the NFL and you're as good as Hankerson was and Oregon State. Did I get that wrong? Not Arizona State. Oregon State. What am I talking about? Arizona State. Are you serious, Harry B? Oregon State Beavers. Sorry, man. Yeah, my bad. So I'll be getting my states mixed up. Too much data. Too much data is flowing through my head. I'm doing this live. Forgive me, guys. But anyways, yeah. So if they didn't run the ball, this is just my perspective. This is just my thinking. Like if they didn't run the ball to his liking, at least enough, giving him enough touches, where running backs, good running backs, they want enough touches to give themselves an opportunity to show their talent. So if that was the case and they didn't run the ball that well, then maybe that's the thing. Maybe he just felt like he needed a different environment. Because you haven't really seen Coach Prime put his stamp on anybody that's leaving. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't really do that often. So I don't know that. So I wouldn't say that there was bad blood. I think some of these guys just want a new environment. They've had it with everything. And then some people take away from the pressure. I know we don't look at that much. We don't look at this that much. Some people just want to go quietly. I mean, some people just want to play football quietly. That's a possibility too. It may not always be wrapped up in some type of drama. Some people want to be left alone and play football quietly. Coach Prime, his team is not a quiet team. This is the team that you're going to get a lot of noise from. Some people want to go into the trenches, go out there under some coach and just play quietly and get an opportunity to maybe go to the next level or just be left alone. That's another perspective we got to look at. Yo, Flocka, look into it for sure. Yeah, I mean, some people just want to go, man. Like sometimes I like drama. I run a show. So the drama is always going to lead me, okay? I want the drama too. So, hey, we're always going to cover it because it's drama, but sometimes it's just what it is, man. Sometimes it's not that serious, bro. Okay? It is not that serious sometimes. So we just got to maybe let bygones be bygones because it's not always like that. Oh, Purple Orca said, let them go because we ain't got to play them for no revenge game. They're going to the Mountain West. If they go rival, then there might be a little bad blood. I mean, we had what? Arizona was our, we had like two guys on Arizona. We had we had a couple of guys, UCLA. We had UCLA, we had Arizona, we had a couple of teams that we played that we had from like Oregon. We had Oregon, we had the cornerback. Did that cornerback ever play in that game from Oregon? I forget his name now. Reed. Yeah, did Reed ever get any snaps for Oregon when we played them? I don't remember, but I think Reed was a cornerback that played for Oregon when we played them. I don't know that he got in the game. Yeah, but I'm gonna just tell y'all this. At the end of the day, I don't know that bad blood is gonna be any problem for us this year coming up. It might just. I think Coach Prime got something coming. It's just like, okay, as a fan, like just sitting back and just being a fan for a second and not having no kind of like, just fanning out as a fan, as a bandwagon buff. I think Coach Prime got something coming. Okay, now after this year, after 1 year under the whole, covering the team, I have taken a reserved role now, and I'm trying to not be too hyped as a fan as I was earlier. But now I think if I just go back into that mode, if I just put myself back into that situation, I really feel like Coach Prime got something coming. And if I was the old Harry B, I would be spazzing out right now. Like, he got something coming. Coach Prime is about to cook. And I don't know that you're going to see. I don't know that people are going to recognize that team that Coach Prime is going to put on that field. But somewhere in the back of my head, I'm like, Ah, oh man, if they don't repeat some of the things, it said Carolina boy said Arizona State Beavers with the smiley emojis. I know. I know. Mistakes, live mistakes. Wow. How dare him? Oh boy. Okay, guys. So the nitty gritty, the time to focus, the time to think about. Let me go ahead and send the link. But it's the time for us to start thinking. Well, how hard is it really going to be? How hard is it really going to be? We touched on it a little bit yesterday, but how hard is it really going to be? Because it ain't going to be easy, guys. I'm going to start off by saying Arizona State Sun Devils. And just to redeem myself, I should be crazy. It should be crazy because what should be crazy is, like, I fully know the Arizona State Sun Devils story, how they became the Sun Devils. Give me a second. Let me geek out just how much I know about them. Their coach, one of their coach, was taking a jog along the seabed at their in their state, and while he was jogging, the way that they got their logo or their Sun Devil, while he was jogging, he comes upon a whirlwind. You know those little dust storms that starts, and then you see plastic bags turning in that dust storm. While he was jogging, he sees a dust storm starts to form. All right. At this moment, they were trying to figure out what should we be? What should our name be? So while that dust storm was forming, to him, it looked like a sun devil. And at that moment, he was like, I think we should call ourselves the Sun Devil. All right, the Sun Devils. He took it back to his constituents, his people. They made a vote on it, and bada boom, bada bang. That's how they became the Sun. That's a true story. I'm not joking you. Okay, this is on their website. That's how they became the Sun Devil. There's a lot bit more details, but you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to shorten it because I'm trying to geek out and just to let you know that I had egg on my face by saying Arizona State Sun Devils, but I had to redeem myself just a little bit. Okay, give me some chance. Give me a chance here. Okay. I'm new to this college football thing. Next year, man, it's gonna be coming out like that. But I had to redeem myself somehow, some way. And if you didn't know that story, go ahead and give me some fire emojis in there for geeking out a little bit. But how hard is this gonna be? This is gonna be not easy. It's not gonna be easy at all. Yesterday we talked a lot about why it was gonna be possible. Okay, and I gave you an opportunity. I gave you my prescriptions on why it was going to be easy or not easy, but it was going to be possible. Number one was the fact that we have been tested. We have been battle tested. I would say more so against ranked teams than a lot of the teams that are in the Big 12. We've been more battle tested than a lot of those teams. And the first three games, the first like maybe the first several games that we play, we beat Nebraska, we beat CSU. It's not to say that the team that they're returning is going to be worse or it's going to be the same team. We're going to beat them again. Not to say that, but we've been battle tested. That was one of my reasons. But today, I want to talk about how hard is it really going to be? Why is it going to be hard? Let me see what you guys are saying before I get into this. Don't tell people who to block. This not your show. Oh, you're fighting. You're fighting already, bro. Hmm? One second, guys. All right, so what are you saying, Chris Glenn? What up with you? All right, so what is Chris Glenn saying? Chris is saying what? That team has been together less time than any other team because most of the transfers came in after spring. Which team? Which team are you talking about? You talking about Colorado? Uh, Tim said, I hope CP go after linebacker Marvin Jones Jr. from Georgia." So there are a few, I would say, key pieces that are in the transfer portal that either entered the transfer portal late, and or are deciding to enter. And Coach Prime, I think, still has enough, whatever, if y'all want to say, money in the bag to to go after some of those players, some of those late players. So we're hoping that Coach Prime goes after some of those players. And then we still got the playoffs, right? We got until what, January? We got till January. I don't know. I think Monday's gonna be signing day, right? So we got signing day on Monday, and they have until what, January 2nd, if I'm not mistaken, January 2nd to do their business, because we have 30 days for the transfer window. So after the playoffs, somebody, you guys, let me know, because you guys have been here longer than me. Some of y'all been here longer than me. Let me know if after the playoff push that we get more people jumping into that transfer portal, because they don't really know what's going to happen or what's going to transpire. That, okay, all right. So Chris, you're talking about CU. We'll talk about that. The wait, the trans the clo- wait, is that January 3rd? The transfer portal window closes January 3rd. Let me put this up. So y'all, if somebody can confirm this for me, that after the playoffs, after all these bowl games, that we get a fresh set of players that hop into that transfer portal. Is that usually how it goes in college football? That's just it's a speculation for me, because obviously if your team is in the playoff, you don't really want to kind of disrupt that energy. You don't want to put that energy out there, so you will wait till after the playoff to jump into that transfer portal. That's usually how it should go, right? That happens, right? December 4th. Okay, so December 4th, 2023 to January 3rd. Hey, yo, Purple Orchid, man, you becoming like a statistician for the chat, man. I'm gonna have to give you that one. I'm gonna have to put that sword on your shoulder and say, and I bless you for being a statistician, because you was dropping mass statistics doing the live. That's what happens when people are doing like a live show. You got that person that I know, but I don't have the opportunity to Google. So thank you for Googling. Oh man, thank you so much, man, for being a part of this show. I appreciate you. Okay, so January 3rd, the transfer portal window closes. And do we know, is it always January 2nd when the national game is played? Or do they change it? Is it like, do they change it every now and then? Or is it like on a Monday or something like that? But I can only imagine that after the playoffs and after that national title game, that more players are going to make themselves available to the transfer portal, and then I think that's where Coach Prime is going to go eating. Okay. Yo, DMA, what up with you? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. Hey, Carolina boy, man, when you gonna come on live so we can talk? Why it take me so long to get to my point? I've been got to my point. we give you what's going on around the team, and then we jump into the show. That's what we're doing. And then I read, it's a show. So it's a show. So enjoy the show. But I would like for you to come on because you said you be making some points, and I would like for you to defend your point on live. But for some reason, you're scared. I get it. I understand. You either at work or you're scared. I'm no other perspective on that. I think you're scared. Poke. All right, so let's go. So why would it be difficult? The first thing I will give you is the running game. It's going to be difficult because I feel like the O-line is being brought, and this is my perspective. Come for me if you will, but this is how I think. Because I feel like Coach Prime had ample opportunity, ample time to make that running adjustment, to go to after the press conferences, and like he said, I can't figure out what's going on with us. I don't know what's wrong right now. He had enough time to sit his coaches down to say, we're missing something. We're one-dimensional. Let's run more. You got two things in football. You got pass and you got run. The one thing that was making them one-dimensional was the thing that was missing, which was the run game. So I believe that Coach Prime had ample time to sit his people down to say, okay, let's install some dynamic running schemes, or let's use what's in the playbook. What happened? Did they disobey Coach Prime? Did he say, okay, let's do this, and they say, no, we're not going to do that? So they directly disobeyed Coach Prime? Or that meeting was never had, and they just continue business as usual? Because what we as a fan base have done is say Sean Lewis was the corporate. He was the reason why we didn't do it. But as the head coach, if we're keeping him accountable as the head coach, we don't know if he did or not. But we know that it didn't take place. All right. So me sitting back and watching all of that transpire, and I've been the advocate of the run game, putting my channel, my livelihood, everything on the line and saying, it's not the offensive line's fault. It's all of these things' fault. I sat back and I say, they're refusing to run. So, what's there for me to believe them now that they're going to run the ball? What do you see that you can convince me to see that when they were in trouble and everybody in the world was asking them questions, hey, why you're not running the ball? When they could have installed more run to change our mind and they didn't do it, what is it now that you guys are seeing out there? You can call me on it. You guys have sent me texts. You guys have sent me information saying, Harry B, you see, this is why some of y'all have said, this is why Coach Prime don't like you. This is why Coach Prime is not going to ever bring you on. I understand. Because you're essentially calling him a liar, right? That's what some of y'all have said. Maybe one of y'all. Other people have said other things in different ways. But tell me why I should believe that you will run this time when you had all that time to run and you decided not to run. And please miss me with that I didn't have the line to run. Miss me with that, because I don't believe it. I'm not riding with none of y'all on that. So my very first prescription to say why it's going to be difficult to make that 12-team playoff to bust into that category, I feel like they're not going to plan to run the ball. That's how I feel. Do I think in the back of my head somewhere, all the way back in my head, that they might run the ball? Yes. But the feeling and knowing from what I saw this season, I don't think they're going to run the ball anymore than they ran it this season. That's just my feeling. That's what I feel in my gut. I'm scared because I'm like, if they don't run the ball, we're going to have the same results. We're going to have the same results. And some of the teams that we beat this year might beat us. I'm telling you. Because now, remember the teams that we beat this year? They were first up. And now they know us. Now they know who we are. So if they know, if they smell blood, I guarantee you Jay Novell will beat us. I'm telling you. Jay Novell is coming. Forget about who he's recruiting. Forget about who he's not gonna add. His team is capable of beating us if we don't make that adjustment. I'm telling you, I feel it in my gut. Just be myself. Oh man. So somewhere way down in there, I'm just and I'll let you into something. Let me let you into my way of thinking. I feel like if I keep saying this, I feel like Coach Prime, this is gonna leak to Coach Prime somehow, and he's gonna run the ball. It's like twofold, man. I'm just praying that God, please let Coach Prime run the ball. Lord, please let Coach Prime run the ball. But somewhere, my brain is just telling me, like, Chris, I will battle you all day, bro. Bruh, this is not the reason why they didn't run the ball. This is not the reason. They were successful with the run. But yeah, somewhere in my gut feeling, man, it's scaring me because I know what Coach Prime is capable of. All day, I know, man. I know what Coach Prime can do. I know how dominant he can be with the team that he has. But somewhere deep down in there, I think he's blinded by Shador's arm. And boy, that's not a popular thing to say with the BWBs. But I feel like Coach Prime is so blinded by Shador's arm. And he's forgetting all of the fundamental things to make football game fun and good. He played the game. He was responsible for stopping some of those people. So why is it that did they not have that meeting? You cannot sell me, Chris, man. You can't sell me a dream that says we didn't have the line to run and that's why they didn't run. I can't buy the dream. I'm not buying it. I'm not going to buy it. I can't. So what do I do? What do I say? That's number one, guys. The Big 12. Let me move on over again. Is it this way? No, I think it's this way. Hold up. Yeah, I think it's this way. Let me move over. You'll find out why I'm moving over real soon. Here we go. For those of you who weren't here yesterday, you'll find out why I'm moving over real soon. Here it goes, right here. All right, here it goes. That's why I'm moving over. For live TV, you have to adjust the talent to put on-screen graphics. That's how live TV works. All right. So let's look at it, guys. This is what we're looking at. And remember, if you can, to join the show, guys, to come on, you can dispute anything that I'm talking about live. Just hit me up on my email, hottipsfortlpsports@gmail.com. Just hit me up on that email, and you can come on and let's talk about this. But this is what's scaring me. Ron Tate says, Harry, calm down. I can't, Ron. I can't. Ron, I can't, and I won't. Because I need us to run the ball. And like I said, I'm hoping that if I keep pressing this, that a clip of this will get to Coach Prime. Because I don't think Coach Prime is going to run the ball. If it gets to Coach Prime, then maybe they will run the ball. I don't know. But I'm just hoping. A guy can only hope. Okay? A guy can only hope. God, Lord, let it please get to Coach Prime that somebody is hating on Coach Prime. I'm hating on Coach Prime. I don't think he wants to run the ball. Somebody make a video and said one of Coach Prime's biggest supporters is finally hating on him. Let it go viral. Let it get to Coach Prime so that he can see why I'm hating on him. I don't think he's going to run. I think if he said that he was going to run the ball, I don't believe him. Point blank, period. Oh, man, I'm going to get in trouble with this one. I don't care. I don't care anymore. So here we go. I keep getting this, guys. I keep getting that we are going to underestimate North Dakota State. The Bisons are not to be played with. I keep getting these messages. People keep saying it, like on in the comments, that we're gonna underestimate the Bisons. All right. Wait, aren't we? So they're Bisons and we're Bisons? Oh, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. We're both Bisons. I keep hearing these messages that we're gonna underestimate it. And we've also said on this channel, on this show, that the Big 12 runs the ball heavy. If that's the case, we got to join that heavy running. I don't think we're going to be heavily running the ball. I think we're going to run the ball out of situational circumstances. I think that's the only time we're going to run the ball, and that's going to be to our detriment. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I don't believe we're going to run the ball. And these teams, Nebraska's going to run, Colorado's going to run, Arizona, all of these teams that you see on your screen, they're going to be running the ball. But somewhere in the back of my head, I'm thinking, Lord Jesus, I know that these O-lines are coming, and Coach Prime is trying to send Shador off with a Heisman, and the only way that he gets that Heisman is that he holds the ball, he gets the ball in his hands a lot more. That's a shot at him. I'm taking a shot at Coach Prime. But how can I do that without taking a shot? How can I express my concern to the base without taking that shot, without saying, I don't believe you, Coach Prime. I don't believe you're going to run the ball. And until you show me that you can run the ball, that you're going to run the ball and commit to it, not just 10%, but you need to go over 50 to 60% running the ball. If you want to get into that 12-team bracket, you better run more than 50% of the time. And if you don't do that, if you plan on running 20%, or you think you're going to run a little bit and let your door throw because you're getting the best O-line in the world, we're going to be sitting back at some games this year, or in 2024, we're going to be sitting at some games, and we're going to be like shaking our heads again. That's my prescription. That's how I feel. And I'm telling you, that's number one. That's top on my list. And I'm telling the reason why it's top of my list, okay, is because of what I know about this team that most people don't know. What I know is that, number one, we already had a good team. We got so much talent on this team, you have no idea how much talent we got. And that little bit of a line that we had, that little bit of a line could have made us win, could have had us win a lot more games. That's what I know. For sure, I know that. And now we're getting an even better line. And what I feel like, we're going to be exposing that line again by Shador holding the ball too long and by us not running the ball. And we're going to expose those young men. I'm telling you, you cannot, listen, if you had a scab, if you have a something that's going on that's a little, if you have a sore or a scab on your hand, a little bit of a Band-Aid is not going to cover it. Can we be real in this can we just be real? Can we keep it all the way 100%? Can we keep it all the way funky, 100? Are any of y'all out there, are any of you out there 100 with yourself, can keep it 100 with yourself and just keep it all the way funky, all the way in the back of your, like it's not anywhere in the back of your mind, nowhere in there. I'm challenging you now. The biggest supporters, my God, Tim, who supports, all right, Flacco, who supports, Wild Dog, all of y'all. Nowhere in the back of your mind, you're a little bit scared that we may not run the ball, that we're getting these old linemen to protect Shador to get a Heisman. Nowhere we're thinking that. I'm thinking that. I'm thinking that. I'm telling you, I'm thinking that. I'm thinking it. I'm sorry, but I'm thinking it. I can't help but to think it. Oh man, and it's so unfortunate that I'm thinking that. And don't get me wrong, I know you can say it's a shot at Coach Prime, and I can't argue with that. But the only reason why I'm saying that is because Coach Prime had ample time to install a run scheme, to run more, because he's the head coach. He had ample time to do it during the season. You can't sell me the dream that, oh, no, your line couldn't block, because if you look inside of the data, if you go inside and extract the stuff that Shador was getting sacked, the run game was good. It wasn't the best, but it was good. If you ran more, we would have more data. But the little bit that I saw, it was good. I mean, let's be upfront. Let's be 100. Keep it a stack. The run game was not terrible. Keep it a stack, guys. So why didn't we do it more? Why is it in times where we ran the ball, we got 8 yards? Why we didn't run it again? In that same quarter, why we never ran it again? Why? Because of Shador. Because of Shador. And that is the biggest reason why I think it's going to be difficult in 2024. Today, we're dealing with the other side of yesterday. Yesterday, we looked at the possibilities. We talked a little bit about this, what I'm talking about now, but now I'm trying to drive this home. So a lot of the constituents would understand, if you see us start struggling, go straight to the run. Start counting the runs. If you see us start struggling in 2024, go straight to the run, because you're going to be, this is something that might happen to a lot of y'all. You're going to be lured to sleep with a great passing game. But somewhere in the middle of the season, somewhere in the season, these DCs, that's the defensive coordinators, they're going to figure out how to get around that gray wall of Boulder. Okay? When they figure out how to get around that gray wall of Boulder, we would not be 6 games on the win side. We're going to be like 2 to 3 games in, just like this season. They're going to figure out that gray wall of Boulder. And the second that those DCs figure out how to get around that gray wall of Boulder, we're going to expose them again. Okay? Remember now, this is Coach Prime's wall that he's building. Ain't no going to be blaming the triple ones next year. In 2024, we're not blaming no triple ones no more. This is Coach Prime's team now. It was his team already, because we only kept 10 kids from the previous year. So that's not that many, and not all of them started. So I'm just saying, it was already his team, but now it's really his team. So that gray wall of Boulder that he's building, once we're gonna start off real good. Shador's gonna be gunslinging, right? And then somewhere in the season, they're gonna figure out how to get to him, and we're gonna start struggling. When that starts happening, go back to those previous games and start realizing that we've been throwing the ball more than we've been running. I'm telling you. So KMS says Harry making content. Like, right? Somebody please take one of my rants and make it go viral so Coach Prime can see it. So, does anybody out there, let me ask y'all, any of y'all out there believe that this is going to be an impeccable wall to break? Oh, Lord. Let me hear that person. Let me see somebody put it on the record. All right, here we go. Hold up. I feel like I be inviting Sandra. But they don't be coming on. Unless they come on and I don't know the name. I'm inviting a couple of people to the show. Give me a second. But I want y'all to answer that question. Do any of y'all out there, please answer this question fairly. Like, I want you to take a critical look and take the Coach Prime glasses off. Take those blenders glasses off for 1 second and give me your ear. Countrymen, all right? Buffaloes, countrymen, lend me your ear, okay? And also lend me your eyes. Take off the blenders for 1 second. That's the Coach Prime looking through glasses, okay? Do any of y'all really believe that the Great Wall of Boulder is going to be impeccable and too impeccable to break, and Shador can pass forever? Can any of y'all answer that question fairly for me? Please. I want to get you on record. Because I ain't the only one that's going to crash and burn. I'm not the only one about to crash and burn. Wait. TLP woke up in a bad mood today. No. No. Come on, man. This is how... No. Oh, my gosh. No, but it seems like every time I talk passionately about, really taking a critical look on this team, people think that I'm coming against them. But it's like, this is how we got to be. Oh, man. Come on, guys. Flock always got something to say. So let me bring him on and ask him that question. Flock, this is going to be your first question. Answer this question before you say anything else, Flock. Flock, welcome to the show, man. Thank you for showing.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
What up with you?
I'm good. How you doing?
How'd it go today?
I'm good. Chilling.
So let's just start straight off, man. I hope you're having a blessed day, man. Listen.
You too.
Straight off. Do you really believe that the Great Wall of Boulder is going to be impeccable and it's going to be too impeccable to break?
I
Be
mean, they
real,
knew
man.
they got they knew, so they got to get some type of chemistry. But I don't think they have to be impeccable. If we did what we did last year with the line we had, I don't think we had to be elite. I feel like if we're better, if we're decent, then we're gonna do what we do.
I'm not buying the whole decent thing. If we're decent, they're gonna get the Shador. We're not playing.
No, we wasn't decent last year.
We were decent.
We wasn't decent. Our line wasn't decent. Our line was horrible.
Nah,
55 sacks is not decent. That's horrible.
But are you also not counting the 3,200 yards? That's not decent.
Yeah, no, the 3,200 yards was great.
So how do you get that with a horrible line?
I guess he made do what he do.
What?
He broke some tackles in the pocket. I mean, 55 sacks is horrible though. 3,200 yards is good, but 55 sacks is horrible. So let's say they cut it down to 35 sacks. That dude throws for what, 3,800 yards, almost 4,000. We left a lot of with those sacks. We left a lot of points on the board, and then even with the run balance, if we're playing behind a lot, that's going to put a lot more pass plays on than runs.
But I'm not buying that. We had the line was horrible.
No, the line was horrible.
I'm with Crypto saying play calling was horrible too.
No, the play calling was horrible. Like, our offensive coordinator has to get a lot more creative with the people we have. We have a lot of weapons, and they're not doing creative stuff with all our weapons. We have a lot. Them receivers is talented. You got to get them that ball in the space. Dylan Edwards is talented. You got to get him that ball in space. So we definitely need better play calling. We need some more play calling, more like probably how Miami Dolphins do it, or how Washington, how they do a lot of fake handoffs here, and Yeah, we need that.
Bruh. If we repeat the sins of yesterday, we are going to get the results of yesterday. I'm telling you.
I think how our line looks today, even if we repeat, we still snatch off a couple more wins than last year.
But a couple more is not enough to get a 12.
No,
Remember,
it's not enough. I'm just
12.
saying. I'm just saying. We just improved the big spot.
But listen, my goal is to try to get us to 12. That's the goal. I'm not trying to get better. I'm defending Coach Prime, trying to get him to 12. So the conversation is about
as the 12th best team.
Bro, how do we get to the playoffs?
We should focus on being the top 2 team of our conference. That's a little more easier. Let's focus on that. Let's get to our conference game. Let's win that, and then we automatically in. Let's do that. We can get that way.
Flock, we're talking about how do we get there? Because I don't know that people understand that we got to get there.
How do we get there? We gotta win the games we're supposed to win. But we can't have no Stanford. We can't have no Stanford games. We can't have those type games.
Guess what? We're gonna have some Stanford games if we're not locked in, because you know what? The cameras are on us. Okay, the cameras are always gonna be on us. I don't know how they handle it coming this season. I know we're not going to make the same mistakes, but if anything you know about young men is there's going to be some mistakes.
Yeah, every football team is going to have mistakes. Every football team is going to have mistakes.
But I'm trying to hone in on how to get to 12. I'm trying to zero in, like dial in, fine comb, thread the needle. How the heck do we get to? How do we do this without a run game? And I don't trust that we're going to run the game, the ball. I don't trust we're gonna run the ball. I think
we definitely gonna run the ball this year. And then, do you think we should have a more primary running back? I mean, when you switch a lot of running backs in and out, sometimes they can't get in rhythm. Also,
so that's the NFL scheme. Is Pat Shermer gonna come in with an NFL scheme? Please get away from RPO. For the love of Christ, get away from RPO.
We gotta work for our strengths.
But our strength is not RPO.
No, it's definitely not.
Yeah, so can we please install the same offense that Arizona got? Arizona's offense is simple. We're gonna run the ball down your throat, and we're only gonna pass when it's necessary.
a couple of our games, if we minus a few mistakes, we rip off at least like three more wins.
3 more wins gets us to what? 7?
I'm just saying. I'm not even talking about for the upcoming year. I'm talking about how we played this past year. If you minus a mistake here or there, we at least have 3 more wins.
Okay, so we get the 7 and 5.
If we work with the time we had USC, the time we shouldn't have been running the ball the last possession. We shouldn't have. We could have won that game. The second half we did good. We could have won that game. Arizona, we lost by a field goal.
Mm-hmm. But you know why we lost by a field goal?
Stanford, we just pissed to bed the second half. We just pissed on ourselves the second half.
No, stay with Arizona real quick. Stay with Arizona. Stay with Arizona. Yep. Arizona. Yep. The reason why we lost by 3 is because they took the last 7 minutes off the board. They ran the ball. They took the last 7 minutes off the board.
And that's where our new front 7 is going to handle that. We're going to get off the field.
You talking about on the defense? They're gonna do that.
Yeah. We're gonna get them off the field. Yes.
Okay. We get them off the field, then we come back and start throwing the ball.
With a good pass rush this year, we're gonna have way more interceptions. We caught a lot of interceptions with the quarterback having all day back there. When you're a cornerback and you got to chase after somebody all the time, it's real tiring. It's hard to keep up with somebody that's cutting this way, cutting that way, and they got like 10 seconds in the pocket. The pass rush is going to force a lot of stuff, and it's going to force a lot of mistakes. Travis Hunter, I don't even know how he caught some of them interceptions all that time them quarterbacks had back there. So we picked off some of the best. We picked off some of the best. We picked off Bo Nix and we picked off Caleb Williams this year with no pass rush.
Listen, are you arguing the affirmative? Because we're supposed to be talking how difficult it's going to be this year, in 2024.
Nah, every year is gonna be difficult. Every year is gonna be difficult. It ain't nothing a cakewalk. We got to go out there and we got to not make mistakes, and we can't beat ourselves.
So the second thing is going to be every team that we play from North Dakota to UCF, it's going to be the Super Bowl for them because of the target on us.
Every game's a Super Bowl against Colorado. You know that. You seen Oregon. Oregon look like Oregon.
How do we circumvent
Oregon
that?
Oregon look like a Super Bowl team against us. Everybody's gonna, but look how they shit the bed against Washington both games. So they're gonna come to bring their best, and we're gonna bring our best. We can't beat ourselves because we are capable of beating every team on that board. We just got to go out there and do it. We got the talent.
So then here's the question. Tim is on. Tim is going to come on. He's going to answer this question also. I want you to answer this question with being very, very keep it a stack. Do you think Coach Prime is ready for the Big 12 as far as a coaching standpoint, or he's going to get coached out again?
You talking to me or somebody else?
No, you, Flock.
Say it again.
Do you think Coach Prime, as far as he was learning a little bit last year, but this year some of the mistakes he's gonna do better? Will Coach Prime be ready? Because everything we're talking about has been on the players. If the players do this, if the players do that, but then you also have the head coach. Will he be ready?
Hey, he got everything on the line. He got to be ready. It ain't will he got to. He got to be ready. That's it. That's just it. We don't. Hey, he got to be. He got to be. We don't know what he's gonna do right now, but he got to be. He got to be ready. That's it.
He ain't got a choice.
He don't got a choice.
All right, Tim. What do you think? What do you think, Tim?
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, by the way. Thank you for calling in again. Your first question, Tim, if you can hear me, because I know your audio just went out. If you can hear me, do you think keeping it 100, will Coach Prime be ready for the Big 12?
Just being myself, that's daddy ball.
Tim? Hello? Hey, Tim, are you there? All right, Tim, come on when you're ready. So, all right, Chris says, "What's the link?" I'm gonna put the link back on so everybody can see. All right, Chris, right there on your screen, you'll see the link. So Flock, this is what I'm trying to do today. Today, I want to give the people an inside look. Hey guys, on your screen, right at the top, you'll see how to call into the show. Hey, Flock, do me a favor, lower your volume just a little bit because the feedback is coming through.
Okay.
To call into the show, email hottipsfortlpsports@gmail.com. It's right on your screen in this corner right here. You'll see hottipsfortlpsports@gmail.com. All right. So let's go ahead and bring Tim back on. So hopefully his audio is good now. Tim, what up, man? Thank you for calling to the show. Flock, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so it's not my audio. Hey, Tim, I think it's your audio. Something's going on. Maybe unmute yourself or something. If you unmute yourself, you can come on. But anyways, I just sent another link to Chris. Hopefully Chris gets the link and he'll come on so that he can join the conversation. But yeah, I want to give the people a true and a real idea of what we are facing. Because you know what we fall prey to? What a lot of people, what did they say? A lot of people would say that we're delusional and we buy into the hype too fast and we just run with anything that we're getting, because the idea of every other team is either doing what Coach Prime is doing or they're doing it better. But for some reason, obviously, this is our team, so we're going to be excited about what we're getting. But do you think, Flock, at times because we like Coach Prime so much that we overthink and we overhype regular talent?
What do we overhype our own talent? That's what you're saying?
Do we overhype regular talent? Like, okay, Coach Prime is
What?
getting a wall, right? Coach Prime is getting some really good players from the portal. But do you think, as a fan base, we as a fan base, where while we are excited about what's going on, what Coach Prime is
I,
doing, he is
I mean,
other
we.
teams are doing it or doing it even better. So when we get somebody, we get so hype. Do you think we overhype just regular talent?
I mean, it could be regular talent we getting, but it's better talent than we had last year. So of
Okay.
course we're gonna be excited for better talent. We're gonna be excited for better.
Uh-huh. But do we overhype? Like, if they're regular talent, because we get so excited, we're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be facing some of these teams, and these teams, like, it's almost like we're getting a talent that they already had. So does that equal the playing field? Does that make it equal to where, okay, now we're either just as good as them, or at least we're where we're supposed to be at, to at least be on the field with them?
Yeah,
Because
I think it evens it out.
okay, because frankly speaking, like, at the end of the day, last year, I mean, this year, it seemed like we shouldn't have been on the field with some of those teams. I mean, the
Yeah, about two of them, Washington State and Oregon.
Washington State was a fluke. I have no idea what the heck was going on with Washington
They they
State.
they they whooped our ass. That ain't no fluke. They whooped our ass.
That was a fluke, bro. That was not
Bro,
the
getting beat that bad is not a fluke. That's not no fluke.
bro. How many touchdowns did this score on just us being stupid? Like 3?
They capitalized on our mistakes. The
They
same
did.
thing
They
we got
did.
to do. We got to capitalize. That's it.
To
That's
be
not a
fair,
fluke though.
yeah,
That's not a fluke though. You had a better chance saying Stanford game was a fluke than Washington State. Stanford game, we looked great in the first half, the best we looked all season, and then second half we looked bad. Looked
well,
like a whole different team. So yeah,
so let me
that Washington State game wasn't a fluke.
I'll clarify on why I think Washington State was a fluke. Washington State didn't beat us; we beat ourselves. Because at the end of the day, like,
I'm not gonna lie, we beat ourselves bad because that's
yeah,
crazy, and
we beat
they
out.
beat us too. We beat ourselves and they beat us too.
If I was to take the score from where I just felt like, okay, because you knew, like, when you watch the Oregon game, like, sometimes it's so, like, sometimes I have to watch it again to get to analyze it. But that it hurts me to watch the Oregon game again. But some of the other games, when I watch them just to analyze it, I can watch it knowing, like, I'm like, oh, if we didn't do that stupid thing, then
No,
we
all our games was competitive besides Washington State and Oregon. We had a chance in every other game
right,
besides Washington State or Oregon. Even when our defense actually played good against UCLA, all of a sudden the offense don't work. All of a sudden,
right.
defense caused 4 turnovers in the first half. They looked great.
Man, listen, I'm telling you, several things have to change. Number one, are we going into the postseason? This is what I said yesterday about Shador, where I think Shador was going to do this, but now I'm turning the table, and I'm saying Shador goes into the postseason, and Coach Prime, his head coach says, "Hey, you did great last year. You ain't got to work on nothing. Just get well." We're in trouble if that happens.
I think he definitely gonna have to work on everything if he want to be elite quarterback. He looking up to that next level. He got to get better.
What is he working on? To be fair, what does Shador needs to work on from your stand? Because you know where I stand at. What does he need to work on to make sure that we get to where we need to get to?
Probably a quicker release. Try to get it out fast. He's mentored by who? Tom Brady mentors him. That dude used to get the ball out fast. 5-yard outs. You need to work on that. Dump it off. Or throw the ball away too. Work on throwing the ball away too, because he's pretty good. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot. That's a good thing. There's some players out there that turn the ball over a whole lot. But yeah, throw that thing out of bounds. Don't take sacks and get that ball out fast.
Is there anything else that you see that Shador needs to work on?
I mean, I'm sure it's little stuff, but I'm not a quarterback, so I probably can't see what somebody that played quarterback can see. So it could be some mechanics that he could, but I guess pretty much can't see it because I never played quarterback.
At the end of the day, man, like, we judge quarterbacks.
We
All
can
we
we
do is
can judge
judge
all the
quarterbacks.
we can judge all the quarterbacks we won. Who got the ugly release? Who got this and that? But I'm not a quarterback, so some things I'm not gonna know mechanically. Like I never did a quarterback drill or none of that. So
bro. But none of us are coaches either. So it's, so we over here talking
none
about
of us is coaches, but some positions you played, some stuff is easier. Quarterback, it's a little more technical.
So do we sometimes unfairly judge Shador? Is that what you're
Huh?
trying to allude? Do we unfairly judge Shador because some things
Nah, I
that
feel
he
like
sees?
I feel like, hey, I feel like he gets judged fine. He played well. It's some stuff he got to work on, but he played well.
And what and the position that his dad always takes, Shador, you see that number? You see him? Do you see the thing that he was able to do? Like, I just be feeling like, man, this kid got stuff to work on. Are you really working on it, or are we just saying, oh no, he's grown, he's the man? Like that stuff just irks me sometimes, man.
I
I
mean,
swear, man.
I'm sure he's working on it. If you've seen him out there getting stuff in with Tom Brady and stuff like that, I'm sure it's stuff that he works on. I'm sure of
My
it.
position is, I just hope that they are, because there's a lot of things that leaves question marks with me, because I feel like they had ample time to adjust those things mid-season, and it was nothing was changing. So I'm like, well, wait a minute. So with that being in my brain, I'm like, is it going to be a continuation of what we saw, or are they really going to work on some things? It's frustrating, man. Let me bring Tim on. Tim, how you doing? Hopefully your audio is working now.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man, but yeah, give me a rundown. I'm good, brother. How about yourself?
Man, all is well, man. I'm pumped today, man. Somebody said I woke up and I came on with the bad vibes, but I'm trying to get us to 12. All right, I'm
Right.
trying my best to bring us. It's like a piggyback off of yesterday's conversation, but we're looking at the difficult road ahead today, because yesterday we primarily focused on it being possible. What was possible that we could do, right? Today, I want to focus on the difficult road ahead and take a more critical look at some of the things that we need to do to make sure that we can get into that road, into that 12, that top 12 team, right? So I'm saying the first thing was, I don't believe we're going to run the ball. That was my first thing. And if we don't run the ball, it's going to be very difficult for us to get into that 12, because a lot of those teams run the ball and they do it very well. And then the second thing is, I feel like the I don't remember the second thing, but we talked about Shador and his mechanics, and then I think I have a question about, will Coach Prime be ready? You can take any of those. You can take any of those.
Well, I think the difficult part is getting all those guys that have been brought in to gel and play as one. Because if they can't play as one, then you don't have no run game or no passing game. It's going to be the same playbook from last year. That's first. If they're communicating and they doing what they have to do and they look good in the spring, that's going to tell a lot about if they're going to be able to run the ball. But what they bringing in, the caliber of players that they're bringing in, Shador should at least throw for about 38 or 4,000 yards come next season. They should be able to run with Hankerson, what he did at the University of Houston, which he got two of those same linemen.
You mean Alto?
Yeah, Alto McCaskill. Thank you. He don't have he don't need but a little window, but is he at 100%? Also, but Dylan Edwards is a speedy back as well. But I feel like what Flocka was saying, it's gonna come down to Coach Prime putting the hammer down on his OC to be able to come up and get creative in the playbook.
Yeah.
The type of team that they have, they got to be creative with that playbook.
So you don't necessarily believe that wall is impeccable, it can be broken, and we're going to start blaming them mid-season. Like somewhere 3 to 4 games, we're going to start blaming them all over again when they start getting exposed.
If they let up 55 sacks, they will get blamed. That's crazy.
So who do we blame them? Are we blaming Coach Prime or the line?
I'm gonna blame.
We got to blame the Prime. We got to blame the line coach. Something is up. We got to blame Shador for holding the ball too long if it's 55 sacks again.
But you think we're gonna be in
Right.
55
But
sacks
I
by 3
think
games in?
We better not be at 55 sacks.
nah,
That is
the
crazy.
whole season.
Oh my
But I think
goodness.
they're gonna do a good job, man, as far as being able to protect him. And I also think that they're gonna be able to run that ball.
But
Uh,
I done seen some plays where all 5 offensive linemen is looking at all 5 defenders on their quarterback. I done seen a couple plays like that last year. That can't happen.
So the question that I have for y'all is, I just want you to be very upfront with this question, okay?
mm-hmm.
Just is there anything, because I'll set it up this way, just like I set it up in the beginning. Like I said, Coach Prime had ample time to install the run. So nowhere in your brain, nowhere in there, like the skeptic inside of you says they may not run because Coach Prime had ample time to install the run and he didn't, or was he that concerned about that line that he just didn't run nowhere? Like, what do y'all think about that, man?
I can't really.
Oh,
You
go
can
ahead,
go ahead.
Mark.
You can go ahead, Tim. Go ahead, Tim.
I was just gonna say, I think he had time to come up with some plays designed based off of what he had with his roster. He knew his roster. He knew the talent that he had on there. So I feel like he had enough time to incorporate some type of run plays for Dylan Edwards.
And
That's just my point.
and are we so enamored with Coach that we can't ask the question why he didn't? Do we know? Can we say, but then why didn't he?
Well, I mean, I would say, well, I would ask the question to myself, like, okay, were you trying to showcase your son? That's me.
You better not
I
say that
mean,
loud.
hey, well,
Hey, get witness protection if you're gonna be talking about that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. Well, you trying to showcase your son? You didn't run the ball. You got smoke come from Kentucky. Like, dude is a dog, and I know SEC football, and he is a dog. And I mean, that's what I would ask myself. But
You took a dog of a running back and try to make him a coach before he even goes to the NFL. Like, good Lord, you got him looking for a job.
yeah, he is looking for a job.
This dude got his resume online looking for a job. You took a 1,000-yard back and turned him into an assistant coach on a high school team, bro. What is going on in Boulder?
Man, yeah, that ain't it.
They could have used him.
Oh man, yo, I'm gonna get canceled. The whole Colorado fan base is gonna cancel me.
Nah, that's facts. That's facts. I can't argue back with that.
Yo, so okay. So it's fair to say that y'all agree that Coach Prime is gonna run the ball more, or at least he needs to run the ball more.
He has to run. He has to run the ball more. Like even at end of games, he gonna have to run some clock out and do all that. So he definitely gonna have to run that ball. I don't want to see part of the run be no Shador Reed option either, because he's just not a running quarterback. Don't ever put that in the playbook. He's not that.
Shador with the heavy cement feet.
he's a pocket passer.
Well balanced.
So that is.
I think we're gonna be more of the 60-40. I think we're gonna be 60% pass, 40% run.
Ooh,
I don't see 50-50.
40%, I would be giddy, man. I would be so happy.
I think that's more on the lines. We got so many receivers and stuff, and more receivers coming in. I think 60-40.
Does Pat stand the OC?
You said, does he stand the OC?
Yeah, I'm asking a question.
What was the question?
He's cool. I would like somebody creative though. Like,
who's the OC? I like Pat. Yeah, I like Shermer because I think he's going to install more of an NFL type.
I like his stuff, but I would like somebody young with a little more creative. Like, I like how Washington does a lot of misdirection handoffs and get their guys on the outside. I like Miami. I like how Miami Dolphins run their offense with a lot of sweeps. Like, Devon A Chain. That's what Dylan Edwards remind me of. Monster. That could be
Yeah,
McCaskill. Like I like how they do that. You got the fast receiver. Like I like how they get the people open. So I want to see some plays like that.
facts. Because matching Dylan Edwards up with a is a mismatch.
Tim,
We
say that
seen
again
that
because your audio went out.
against TCU.
Yeah,
Oh, I said they
he
need to
killed those
incorporate
linebackers.
some plays. Yeah, they need to incorporate some plays with Dylan Edwards and the outside linebacker 1-on-1, kind of like what they did in TCU, but they shied away from
Yep.
it.
So okay, so that's number one prescription. If they don't run the ball, they can forget about top 12.
Forget about it.
They can forget about
Mhm.
top 12. We all agree on this panel.
Sitting ducks.
Yeah, they got to balance it
I
out a little
agree.
more. Yeah.
They got to be balanced.
Okay.
Football is all about balance.
Yeah, you got to keep the defense on their toes. Because if
Okay.
they get a running game, that passing game gonna be lethal on play action.
Deadly.
All right. Second prescription, and you guys can tell me what the level of weight you want to put on this. If Shador does not work on his mechanics, number one, get rid of the ball. Number two, learn how to hand off. Number three, get out of the pocket. If Shador does not do those things, then 12 is not possible. Is that are we putting that much weight on that?
I
Quincy
am.
Kennedy, what up? What up, Quincy?
Fundamentals. I am.
Give us your idea. Like go a little bit into details of why you think that's important, or why you think that's why would that hold so much weight? Let the people know, especially some of the people who may not know football too much.
You wanna jump on that Flocka or what?
Say it again.
So let me set it up again. So number one, we all agree on the panel that if we don't correct the run, or at least run enough, like you said, 60-40, then 12 is not possible. Breaking into that 12-team bracket is not possible. The second prescription is that if Shador does not work on his mechanics, number one, getting rid of the ball fast enough, like his mentor, Tom Brady, working on handing the ball off better, and number two, getting outside of the pocket, stepping inside of the pocket as opposed to running backwards where he's always going to get tackled, because obviously that wall is not going to hold up forever. So with that, are we putting that much weight on if he doesn't correct those things, that's going to be the second thing that keeps us out of that 12-team bracket? That's the setup.
Yeah, that'll keep us out. It'll obviously keep us out because, as you can see, he didn't finish the season. So that's gonna keep him in all season. He ain't gonna get injured, fractured back, stuff like that. You can't take that many hits, so he
Good
got to
point.
get rid of that ball too.
Good. That's a good point.
Yeah,
Because
because if you're not throwing the ball away, then you're giving up field position. You know, you're giving your opponent good field position to possibly drive down the field, kick a field goal and win the game by 3. Just because, but you could have just threw the ball away.
Even what's the name? What game was that? He could have just threw the ball away. The overtime in Stanford, he could have just threw the ball away, and we'd have still had a chance to go
Could
score
have
or
threw the
field
ball.
goal or anything.
so those two prescriptions is something we must correct. Because I mean, there are other little things that we can correct or that we can work on that
We
maybe
we could work on tackling.
that could be
Uh,
another thing.
Tackling. We was a
Well done. What
horrible
up with you?
tackling team. We was a horrible tackling team. I remember one play with you at USC. I think the running back, they caught him in the backfield. He breaks off the defensive tackle, takes it all the way back around across field, and it's like, dang, he could have been a 3-yard loss. He just went for 40 yards, 30 yards. So
So
tackling.
so then
and,
so then
and, and oh,
So that hold on 1 second. Let me set this up real quick. Hey man, we got Ron on the line. Ron is going to be coming on real soon. To call in, guys, is going to be hot tips for TLPsports at gmail.com. Hot tips for TLPsports at gmail.com. It is currently on your screen. Just look above on your screen. Ron is going to be coming on soon. But let's set up this question. This brings us to our third criteria, or our third thing that we're looking at that could keep us from that group of 12, from those 12 teams. We're taking a critical look at things that our team, Coach Prime, his Colorado Buffaloes, have to do In order for us to get in, if he don't change none of these things, then we're not getting into that top 12. And I don't care how much you want to please Peggy or the baseline or whoever. It's not happening. Number one, okay, we got Shador's mechanics. Okay, we got the running the ball. And then number 3, now we're talking about the defensive line blocking or at least working on tackling or stopping the run.
The whole defense got to tackle. The whole
defense got to tackle, or we're in trouble. And with that being said, that is the first thing I want Ron to handle. Ron, welcome to the show. You are on with all of us, Flock, Smith, and myself. Welcome, man. How you doing?
How you doing, Ron?
You guys. I'm doing great.
What's up, brother?
Hey, man. Hey, listen, Harry.
Yes, sir.
Calm down, man. Calm down. Listen, man. We are going to be. Your voice was cracking and carrying on earlier. You were shaking. We're going to be okay, man.
But that's not enough for
me. we definitely improved.
We are going to be all right. Listen, the defense, they're going to improve the defensive line. Just like we were surprised last weekend, with them bringing in the offensive line guys. It's going to be an upgrade. It's going to be an upgrade. Offensive line coach, we have more respect for him. And with Warren Sapp, we don't know exactly what information he's going to be able to give to the defensive line, but we do know he has a gold jacket.
Yeah.
So I think, we have something to stand on there. And it's not only the defensive line, but those linebackers. Our linebackers were a little small. They didn't react as well as they should have.
Going through the wrong gaps.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Instead of following the running back, they would fly up into the line of scrimmage so many times, that happened.
Taking wrong angles.
Yeah.
But I'm
even not staying in pursuit.
As far as the secondary, they tackled well. The cornerbacks and the safeties, they may have missed a couple, but they tackled really well last year. I think it's that front seven that we have to get a handle on. And Harry, let me say it one more time to you, man. Calm down, man. We're gonna be okay. We are gonna be all right.
All right, but let me push back a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
I gotta take the shots for the constituents. I gotta take the shots for the. I know what we're all thinking. You're on the calm down police, but the calm down police and the calm down choir, right? There's a lot of y'all. There's a lot of your calm down choir and the calm down police are always out there. But then, guess what? The calm down choir stopped singing when we go into the season and we start getting our bus handed to us. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to take a critical look, right? I'm trying to take a critical look onto what is it? How if Coach Brown put that target on our backs again, this season, the season hasn't even started yet, and he already said the criteria is to get to 12. He didn't say, let's get to a bowl game. Let's win 6, get a bowl game, and then build off of that. Next year, we're going to get to 12.
He definitely said the playoffs.
Right. So Coach Brown has said, get to playoffs. So when you're saying calm down, I'm just trying to say, okay, team, we want to get to 12. Our leader has said we're getting to 12. Now I'm trying to take a fine comb and say, how do we get there?
Okay.
So I want to be calm, but we got to talk about how do we get there. That's a responsible topic to have within the constituents, right?
Yeah, yes, I agree with you 100. I agree with you 100%. And the ideas and suggestions that the Chris, I believe, made earlier, they're great ideas. Great ideas. Something that I know that the professionals are going to be working on. I mean, they're looking at film.
Gold Jackets are not on the field, though. Keep that in mind. Gold Jackets are not playing.
No, they're not.
Gold Jackets is giving that knowledge, though.
Yeah. There you go. They are giving that knowledge. And Harry, there was a point. Gosh, my mind and my hat must be on too tight.
I spoke to
the point you were making earlier. Gosh, I'm sorry. I wanted to give you a little pushback on it, but Hey, listen, man. Hey,
That's what
Harry.
happens to this calm down choirs. Once they meet me, you know what I'm saying? Once they come on, then they can't handle it no more. They start
Hey,
choking.
man, listen. I'm as excited. I'm as excited. Oh, listen. The pressure.
He got it now. He's got it. Let's go.
Listen, the pressure and the magnifying glass that's going to be on the team. Hey, that is Coach Prime. That is not going to that's not going to change. Year 2, year 10. That is the way. That's the way he played in college. That's the way he was in the NFL. That's the way he's when he was doing the broadcasting. He's always been flashy, cutting edge, and that's the way he's going to be with his team. But like he told the guys last year.
What point are you trying to make right now?
The point that I am making is that the light that's on the team is not going to change. So they have to be able to handle it. It's you talk about the target that's on Colorado's back. It's going to be there. He's cutting edge. He's state of the art now. He's 2023.
Pushback.
Moving forward.
Pushback is coming, bro. What are you talking about? Pushback is coming. Listen, I think it was love moves. I think it was love moves that kind of broke that down for us. Coach Prime put that target on our backs, but guess what? The target he can handle because that's how he played. That was Coach Prime's game. He can two-step, and we knew that he could two-step, but guess what? It was not him that was on the freaking field. It was those kids that didn't handle it.
If the players can't handle that, they might as well go commit to Kent State or something, man, because it ain't gonna change. Go commit to one of them low lights, Arkansas State. Go commit to one of them, man. If the light is over here,
that's right.
Hey, you want to be in the dark? Go to one of the dark schools.
Hey, Flock,
don't come to this.
Flocker, listen, Flock. The first group, we have to admit, the first group could not handle the light. Okay, now maybe the second group, because they know now what's coming, what they're stepping into, maybe they can handle it. But we got to push back on that stuff. We can't say all of them know how to handle it. Even Shador said it. Not everybody. He says he's grateful for everybody.
Ain't everybody built for that.
Right. So
and them first dudes wasn't built for them first dudes wasn't built for that. They wasn't.
That first group was folding like Chinese laundry. Okay, stop playing with me. Like,
they
could not.
Hey, I would say this, Harry. Like some of the guys that he is bringing over from Houston and Indiana. I feel like those guys are built for it, and like the gentleman was saying, and Flocka was saying, you got one that's a gold jacket, you got another one that played at the highest level. Those guys have seen a lot of action. When it comes down to practice, film study, and everything, I feel like they're gonna be ready. They're gonna be on point. But you got one that played in the NFL, gonna bring out the best in his O-line. You got one that has a gold jacket, defensive side of the ball. Those practices are going to be crazy.
Pushback is coming.
Those practices are going to be crazy. So when they show up on Saturday, they're going to be ready.
Pushback is coming.
After watching.
What are y'all talking about? Who cares about gold jacket? Gold jacket. Those guys are not playing. Why are y'all playing with me today on this panel?
No,
they're not playing, but the knowledge.
Hey, come on, Harry.
Stop playing with me.
Hey, coach. What a coach does, a coach shares his information.
That's it.
A coach teaches his information.
Okay.
And in order for in any sport or any business, in order for that business to succeed, or in order for the team to succeed, they have to be able to absorb that information and to use it to perform. That's the key. That's the key in Alabama. That's the key in Georgia. And that's going to be the key in Colorado. Nick Saban never played Oh, yeah, he did play. I'm sorry.
Does Nick Saban have a gold jacket?
Who do you think who I'm going to play harder for? Deion Sanders or my local Pop Warner coach? I'm going to run through a wall playing for Deion Sanders.
Who cares, man? Listen, look on your screen. Who cares? What are you talking about, Flock? What are you talking about? Flock, look on your screen.
This is not Pop Warner. Let me put my glasses on for this.
This is not Pop Warner, Flock. What are you talking about?
Hey, but I can't say this, Harry. With having a gold jacket and playing
those football teams
level,
just like us.
They're gonna give away some secret ingredients
that
some of these other schools don't have, bro. Like for real.
Okay, I'm pushing
Like
back.
Sap said he gonna bring in a guy at practice that has one of the best swim moves in the NFL.
Oh, great.
To teach
Awesome.
that, bro.
Awesome.
Yeah,
my
exactly.
dad does. My dad does taxes for the president of Liberia. Who cares? Like, come on, stop
Hey Harry. Hey Harry. Come on. I truly believe that we can't dot every single I right now because this is, we're not even in the spring
now
practice
you're
yet.
drawing it back a little bit. Come back to earth with me. Come on.
We can't dot every I and cross every T right now because we haven't seen it on the field.
Thank you.
But if they take some of the suggestions that you have given us, if they take some of the suggestions and run the ball, which I think they will, which I believe they will, and sprinkle that with the passing, well, listen, you're talking about 50%, Harry, it's not going to happen.
Wait.
He has one of the best passers in college football.
So at least give me 40, right?
30 to 40%.
If it's 30, we're not getting to 12.
Sure we can. Sure we can. 300-400 yards a game passing, 200 yards rushing. We're gonna be good.
You know what?
We're gonna be good.
Let me bring Chris on. Chris been waiting in the room for a minute. Chris,
listen, thanks. Let me say thanks a lot. I gotta bow out, guys. Harry,
what's up, Harry?
Don't get mad at me, Harry. Let me back another time.
Ron, I'm not mad at you, man. I love when people have a difference of views from me. I've learned that I've learned that, okay?
All right.
Thanks for calling, man. I hope you come back soon.
Can you hear me?
Chris, what up with you, man? How you doing today?
I'm all right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thanks for joining the panel.
Yeah.
What up, Chris?
So everybody's talking about offense. Our problem was the offensive line, but you got to think, if we're averaging in 20 plus points per game, our issue was not scoring. Our issue was stopping the other team from scoring. If we could continue, whether we ran more or ran less, running more would be good if you can open up the passing game the way we should have, even though he was one of the top, 3-4 passers at one point, and that was with a bad line. If he has a good line, they're going to blow the points through the roof. The running game is going to open wide up, and so they can run more. The reason why they stopped running is they couldn't run. They averaged 2.3 yards per carry.
That's not accurate, though.
I just looked it up.
No, but what you're looking up is not the actual. You're looking up information that includes Shador's scrambling for his life.
Well,
you mean getting sacked?
It's actually 4.8.
No, I don't think that's accurate.
It's accurate. It's actually 4.2 or 4.8 because when in college statistics, if the quarterback goes back 15 or 10 yards and gets sacked, that information is included into the rushing yards.
Okay, but I'm saying that would have never happened if they had a good line. And
but that's not actual. That's not the statistics for running, because if you're getting anything from 3 to 4 yards per carry on an average, sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower. That suggests that you have a good running scheme. You should keep doing it.
Where does that rank in the FBS?
Well, I don't think that's accurate because you got to take into consideration there was times that the running backs got stopped in the backfield, got caught for loss.
That's why we say average, because obviously they got So the average is 4. It's about 4 yards. If you get 4 yards from any running back on any level, it doesn't matter pee-wee all the way to college.
That's true, but you got to take in consideration if he's the most sacked quarterback in college football, the reason why he's being sacked is because of the line. And if the line can't stop him from being sacked, you can't expect them to have consistent running yards. And you can take in consideration some of those running yards were long plays. You run 20, 30-yard run, and then you have a 1 or 2 yard carry. Of course, you're going to average 4 yards per carry. There were certain breaks that like the TCU game. Dylan Edwards went off. He went through the roof in that game. But then if you look at all the other games, they would run and get maybe 1 yard, 2 yard. Then they might break one out of the entire half. You can't say they weren't trying to run. They just couldn't.
Okay, so let me push back on that a little bit. I agree to you to a certain extent. But I think either all of us, the constituents, we're going to have to agree on one thing. And please help me to understand one thing, especially for those of us who play football. Please, guys,
I was a running back.
Played on the
and
line.
linebacker.
Okay, if you played on the line, you can understand this. That blocking for the run is different from pass protection. It's different from blocking for pass. Can we agree to that?
True.
That's facts.
Yeah, we can
True.
agree there.
Right?
But if the pass blocker is not capable of stopping the defensive lineman, he's definitely not going to be capable of pushing the lineman back for run.
No, but my
the pulling guard is not going to be. Especially if you got
Chris,
a freshman center, you're going to get stuck every time. You can't run the ball in between the tackles if you got immature or young or incapable linemen. You're going to have to run on the outside, and if they know you're going to the outside, you're not going to have a running game.
Hey, Chris, lower down your volume. But listen, let me finish my thought. Because there's something we're doing in this group. There's something that we're doing as Colorado fans. It's almost like we're creeping into that delusional pocket that we're not really. Yeah, we creep into the delusional pocket sometimes. Because what we do is we kind of like we pick and choose what stats we want to go on depending on how we feel and how we wake up sometimes. You can't have 3,200 yards with a terrible line. And you can't have 4.8. 4.2. You can't really have 4.2 rushing yards on an average with you not being able to run. We got to
I'm sure that 4.2 would have got a lot lower with a lot more carries.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Then show me. You got to be able to show me. Because
okay. You said show me. Show me a game where we was playing out dominant every time our running backs touched the ball.
Only one game, probably the TCU game.
USC.
It's not even the TCU game. The TCU game was passes to the running back.
Yeah, they were fair passes. Fair passes.
The USC game, we came back because of the run. It was the USC game.
We didn't come back because of the run.
Yes, we did. Yeah. We had no business being in there with USC. But guess what? They ran the ball effectively, and then guess what happened?
We came back against USC because we came back from in the USC game because the defense started. They put Carmani in there, a couple guys, and they started balling. That defense started stopping it.
Stop playing with me.
Number 14,
Carmani made a difference in USC.
Carmani shut down. He
shut down in USC.
Carmani shut down Jerry Rice's son in USC.
And we plucked it out. Go watch my live when I covered the game at USC. We started coming back because we ran the ball effectively.
No. So you think we're gonna be down 30 points at half and we and we don't make a comeback because our defense ain't step up?
Well, no, I'm not saying.
Okay, then we switched our cornerback out, and we switched our cornerback out. We made some changes, some adjustments. We switched our cornerback and our receiver out, and they started doing their thing.
But what was the biggest factor? It was the run.
No. The biggest factor was Carmani McLean and Omarion Miller.
What?
What are you talking about? That kid had 20 yards in one half, and then a cornerback shut down the other side of the field.
What?
Oh my God!
The biggest issue is not the run game. The biggest issue is the defense. Colorado has no issue with putting
points. Apologies, I swear. Yo, hold up.
So Colorado they have no issue with putting points on the board.
Chris, hold on. I got a question for Flocka. Bro, that's not your cousin.
What's up?
Huh? Carmani's not your cousin, right? Is it?
Nah, I don't have. Nope, not at all.
You sure?
But did he not shut down the field second half?
No, he didn't. Are you kidding?
He didn't?
No.
Come on, man. Knock it off, man.
Chris, go ahead.
So the biggest issue is not the run game, because if you look at Colorado, they are offensive heavy team. They've always been able to put up points when everybody's working on full cylinders, even with the bad line. The biggest issue is defense. If you can't, you can put up 30,
J27, 40, thank you.
30, 40 points a game. They can put up points. They have no issue with Shador's working right and Travis is working out properly, is not like overworked. They can put up points easily. But if defenses are not stopping the offense, there's no way you're going to win a game, because if you can score 45 points, but if the other team scores 48, what are you going to do? And you got to really think about it. The team really didn't start going down until Travis got hurt. They were just playing not perfectly, but they were playing well enough to win. Then he gets hurt for the 2 games. He gets hurt for those 2 games. You notice when he comes back the 3rd game, he's gassed because you coming off an organ injury. I've had an organ injury before. You can't just stop running and stop exercising and come back and play both ways. You're going to be gassed. And that's why
it killed him on defense.
That dude was
Stanford
cooking him. He was on his back, pretty much touching him, and he was still cooking him. They could not. I'm like, I'm not worried about Travis. The second half, they put him in. Travis was on him one-on-one. He was cooking.
Killed.
He burnt anybody that put on him.
Hey, Chris, remind us what team you play for again.
I went to Carolina, but I was on the track team. But in high school, I was starting running back / fullback, in middle back, in middle linebacker, and also I played in middle school. So I have experience. Like, matter of fact, I went to school with Julius Peppers. So meaning I should have walked on, but at the same time, I know football. And the thing about it,
I know. I just wanted to flex a little bit on those people.
UNC Chapel Hill, yeah. But you cannot.
Chris is one of my guys from Carolina, so I just want to let everybody know that.
If the defense is not playing properly and they're not putting, stopping the other team, the offense is going to get gassed. The running backs, even if the running backs are doing well, they're not going to be able to stay on field all day if they're not moving the ball or passing the ball.
But I got to push back, Chris, man. I like you, man. I love you like a brother, but I got to push back, bro. Listen, if the defense was the number one issue, then why is the whole world saying you got the offensive line as the number one issue? Why then is the offensive line taking all of the hit and ain't nobody said anything about the defense? Because what I remember,
I brought up the defense.
Nah, but hold on. Let me finish. Let me unload this heat, because this heat is coming, bro. Hold on now. Listen, man, because what I remember is the defense showed up in a lot more games than the offense did. The defense showed up a lot more than the offense did. That's what I remember. I can go back. I mean, I wish I could have a show where we analyze every game, like game by game, go down, and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
You can definitely have a show like that.
Listen, man,
set it up. Just set it up.
I might have to set one up where we go
set that up
and analyze all the games, and then we can talk. Because people say I don't know nothing about football, which is cool. I think that's a narrative now. I like that. But listen, I'm telling you, your offensive line was decent, right?
No. Our offensive line was not decent. They was not decent. Decent. They was not decent.
Decent got us 3,200 yards.
No. Horrible got us 3,200 yards.
Yeah, Shador and Travis got.
It's more than Shador and Travis. Okay. Weaver.
So if Horrible got us 3,200 yards, what are your predictions? Stop for a second. Prediction time. If Horrible got us 3,200 yards, are we predicting 7,000 yards next year?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not predicting 7,000 yards.
I'll give you a good example.
From here?
Where do you go from here?
Bro, ain't nobody in college threw 7,000 yards in one season.
But that's what I said. Make it make sense to me.
I'll make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Are you Horrible get you 3,200 yards?
I'll make it make sense. Okay, listen. Have you ever heard of the name Barry Sanders before?
Yeah.
Okay, Barry Sanders was on a horrible offensive team, but at the same time, that man still rushed over 2,000 yards.
Yep.
That's what Harry is saying.
Effort.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I know, but you saying that Barry Sanders ran for so
over
many
2,000 yards with a horrible offense.
With a horrible offense. Same thing Harry's saying.
No, Harry's saying it wasn't horrible. I'm saying it is horrible. He's saying it's not horrible. The reason why they got over 3,000 plus yards is because Shador and the wide receivers.
Right. I mean, I feel like that Colorado this past season, their offensive line was decent. They weren't great, but they were decent. Because like Harry said, Shador wouldn't have threw for that many yards. He had playmakers out there that can do that.
They're not linemen, they're receivers.
No. That's fine. Receivers, somebody has to block. It ain't like nobody ain't out there.
Right?
Somebody has to block.
Their bodies was just in the way. They slowed them down.
They still out there.
They was just dead bodies there. That's what they was. They was taking up space.
Right. So we had the dead bodies out there taking up space,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
still
Pretty much.
averaged
Tim,
over 3,000 yards.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Tim, let them
I
mark
would say,
that.
I would say it was coaching. It was bad coaching.
No, no.
It
Because
what?
if you think about it, you think about it. The guy that should have started, what's the tall, big black guy that's real strong? That he should have been the offensive center, but they wouldn't let him play because of
Oh, Tyler
ineligibility.
Brown.
Tyler Brown.
Tyler
If he
Brown.
would have started, they probably would have got another 1,000 yards. They had a freshman. They had a
1,000 yards at
freshman
what? 1,000 yards
center
at what? I
in,
know
in,
a thou-
in passing and overall offense. You got to think. You put a freshman. Some freshmen are good like Dylan Edwards, but at center, you got dudes that are seniors, juniors, probably 300 pounds, 6'4", 6'5", and people that you never played against before. They're running over this dude every play. Every play it was in the backfield. But if you put somebody seasoned, somebody experienced, somebody probably can bench press 100 pounds more than you, and you put them at center, that's going to change the whole offensive line.
like what they got now.
Well, they didn't have that
What
during
they
the
bringing
season.
in? Yeah, but I'm saying
They
what they
had it,
bringing
but he
in.
couldn't play.
Look,
He couldn't play.
O line can make you look good.
The pushback is
As
terrible,
Bo
bro.
Nix.
Yes, most definitely. I agree 100%. But what I'm saying is that
And the quarterback can make
they
you look
were.
bad if he holds the ball too long.
That's another thing. And UCLA game,
Milrow holds the ball too long.
huh? He had a two-step drop, and they were back there. Them twins were back there, man.
Yeah.
If
What
you
I
go
think
back
they
and look
should
at
have
the
done,
film,
you got to think the best time when Shador normally put up the most points is out of shotgun. That 2 minute drill. A lot of times they put him under the center, have him back. First half he doesn't do anything. They need to come back. They're down points. Then what did they start doing? They start playing fast, no huddle, 2 minute drill. He says,
Yeah, I think we
it's
should
a
have did a
Brady
lot
mode.
more.
He should
I
have
think
done
we should have did a lot more no huddle.
No
I think we
huddle,
should have did
fast plays.
yeah, a
Already know
lot
the
more.
first 3 plays that you're going to run. So you get up there, you can no huddle, and you're just going to wipe the floor with them if your receivers are on point.
Are y'all
If
gentlemen?
you got time.
Tim, hold on 1 second. Let me put a question on the floor. Because are y'all really sitting here? Cause Chris, right now you're on the island by yourself, bro. Because nobody is.
But I know football, man.
Bro, you on the island by yourself. Nobody is saying the defense was the problem. You're saying that.
Okay,
No, defense was the problem
if
too.
I score 35 points and don't win the game, is it the offense your problem?
That's a fact.
The defense was
So how
part
can
of
the
the
defense
problem
and the
too.
offense be the problem? How can the O-line and the defense line be the problem? But
We had a problem in the trenches. We had a problem in the trenches. We did not control the line of scrimmage.
Hey, we didn't control the line of scrimmage. We didn't run the ball. So that went to a lot of 3 and outs. That went to a lot of 3 and outs.
Let's put it like
this.
this.
So your defense can't stop the run, so they out there forever for a whole damn near whole quarter, and they exhausted. So they're not going to be able to.
But the fact, if I score over 30 points and the defense can't hold them for at least half of that or less than 30 points, I would blame the defense.
Well, how are you scoring that much points with a trash O-line?
Because you're good.
Because Shador's that good? I don't buy that, man. I'm not picking up what you're putting down.
Look at USC. Look at USC. Caleb Williams was running for his life, and he still put up stats. So what you talking about?
It's like putting Mike Vick back, and you can put Mike Vick back at probably.
What's not Mike Vick, bro?
But I'm just saying, well, he can pass, and let's just say his passes is on point. Like I said, their offense was better when they went out of the shotgun. Okay. When the shotgun, he didn't have to back because what was happening, they were hiking the ball, and by the time he take 2 steps back, the dude is already in his face. What do? You can't do anything. Thanks. He's not a running quarterback.
You remember the 2-point? What was that? The play made against Nebraska. He had to break all them tackles. Damn near ran out of bounds, threw it across his body.
Yeah.
Because he held the ball too long. That's on him. That ain't on nobody else.
You can't pass if you can't get your feet planted, not properly.
Michael Vick
he made the play. Michael Vick ain't do nothing. Michael Vick ain't do nothing. Michael Vick was running for his life, man.
So Michael, I can't. My brain cannot come to the realization that you guys are actually defending your points, but it's not making sense to me. You're not making it make sense to me.
Shotgun is better.
So Harry, are you putting up 3,200 yards behind that line?
What do you mean? He did.
If they put you at QB right now, are you putting up 3,200 behind that line?
At 40-something years old and a dad bod? What are you talking about?
Nah. You said he had enough time. So that's all you need is time. You don't gotta move around.
But you said dead bodies. Remember your words. You said we had a bunch of dead bodies in the way.
You said he had enough time, and you said the line is not bad because he threw for 3,200 yards.
I'm making an argument. Let me set it up.
Everybody can't throw for 3,200 yards behind that line. That's what I'm trying to prove to you.
I get it. Let me put your words to the test. Your words to the test, right? If all you need are dead bodies, if you just need somebody, because I've made this argument before and people came for me. If all you need are dead bodies, right? And we had a bunch of dead bodies that got us 3,200 yards. 3,200 yards because they were just in the way. And Shador is just that good. If that is the case,
a lot of slants. He was throwing a lot of slants.
If that line was doing their job, then each one of us in this chat could throw for 3,200 yards behind them.
Well, and you got to think about it. A lot of the.
What you mean? What? What do you mean? What? You just said you said he got 3,200 yards because the line gave him enough time, right? That's what you said. There's no way they're that horrible. That's okay. So that means if they doing their job, each one of us in this chat can throw for 3,200 yards behind that same line. We can't because Shador is good. That's how he got the 3,200 yards because he's Shador.
No.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
No.
Everybody.
Oh my gosh. That argument would not. It does not pass the smell test. You know why?
That argument passes it.
You know why? Because we have backup quarterbacks that are young like them, and they didn't do that.
Yeah, so I'm saying Shador did that. Shador got the 3,200 yards.
So listen.
You just proved my point. I'm
not proving your point. I'm proving
you proved my point. Not everybody could get 3,200 yards behind that line. That proves how good Shador is.
And they weren't even the average line. If
okay.
The average line,
come on, man. You just proved my point.
Now that Shador is a good quarterback, I'm saying somebody had to put him. Listen, if the line was not no good, then Coach Prime would trust more quarterbacks and would not take as long to get Shador a fractured back because that thing did not happen until later on. It was a fractured back that happened because he stayed
if you competitive and you all your team got, you gonna go out there and play. That's just how it is. He could have had that injury, but who knows what he told? Who knows what he told Prime? Come on.
What's the game they do that had the late hit? That African dude.
Nah.
You're smoking, bro.
He hit him hard.
That was Colorado State.
Yeah, the Colorado State game, he got hit pretty hard. He got hit by the dude so hard they threw him out of the game. And he probably should have stopped playing right then. But, they took him in, gave him a shot.
Y'all smoking.
I didn't see him give him a shot, but that's probably what they did.
Nah, ain't nobody smoking. You just proved my point.
I didn't prove your point.
Yes, you did.
It's kind of hard.
Both of points.
Flocker, it's kind of hard to use one of us,
Yeah.
No, you have to. You have look. It's giving the example of anybody could have threw. He's giving. Look, he's basically saying the line wasn't that bad. Anybody can go back there and throw 3,200 yards. So I had to give an example.
Right. Facts, and I respect your example. But I'm pretty sure he's not saying one of us. You know what I mean? Somebody who. He's saying, okay, I'll give you an example then, Flocka. Do you think Bo Nix could have went behind that line and threw for the same amount?
Hell no. Hell no.
I think he could have.
You crazy.
You
crazy.
Hell no. Bo Nix barely got touched this. Bo Nix barely got touched this year, and his stats is damn near similar.
Bingo. That's my point exactly. Somebody in his age group that is just as athletic they have taken that line?
I just proved my point again. Bo Nix is not doing what Shador did with that line. He's not doing what Colorado what Shador did. He's not.
But see, if you think about it, a lot of the
did you see Bo Nix at Auburn? Dude was horrible at Auburn.
A lot of the passing yards.
He barely got touched because he got a better line. He looked better with a better line.
But you got to think about it. A lot of the passing yards that they have are from long passes and the run after the catch.
I'm losing this argument.
Once Travis got the ball, he broke up several runs, and that's like 300-400 yards right there. You catch a few plays and you playing defense 4 times too. I think that was the problem when Travis came back. them having him to play both ways, and he wasn't physically in condition to do so. If he would have just played offense or defense, they probably would have won that game.
Are y'all kidding right now?
No, we definitely not kidding.
And you got to think, all of those other games they lost by one score, with exception to Washington and Oregon. They lost by one score. Good, huh? If they lost by one score with a trash line, imagine if they get a good line and a little bit better defense.
Shedeur was that good.
Yeah, he was.
So what does Shedeur do if he was a quarterback on Alabama or Georgia?
So he did it by himself.
Oh, he probably would rack up those yards.
So he did it by
himself. He had good receivers. He had very good receivers.
He did it by himself.
He had very good receivers.
He had good skill positions, and he made what he could make happen back there.
Listen, man, I've written articles about Shedeur and how good he is, and I made the same argument. But I'm telling you, the same thing that made him do get those stats, you cannot if you were to say Shedeur's that good, okay, remove the O-line. Take the dead bodies out of the way. Can he do the same thing? They
still got to run. I think so. I think you got to run around the lineman.
I think he learns to get. I think he learns to get rid of the ball faster. No lineman at all.
He would have to go out of shotgun. He wouldn't be on the line.
Those linemen, those offensive linemen slowed that defense down by milliseconds. Dudes was getting in there so fast.
You're right.
Come on.
But you gotta think there are plays where the linemen line up on the other side of the field is nobody but the quarterback and center, and that works a couple times until they get a hold.
What does Shedeur do with Alabama line? What does he do there, man?
Oh man, he would definitely win the Heisman hands down.
Come on, man. Come on, man. He's that good. Look, Milroe threw 21 touchdown passes with that team. That is terrible. What do you think Shedeur does? What do you think Shedeur does? Kyle McCord, he threw 24 TDs with a line and the best player in the country. What do you think Shedeur does with Marvin Harrison Jr.? Beck from Georgia, his stats wasn't better than Shedeur, and he had 5 stars. The whole line is 5 stars. The whole team is 5 stars. These dudes not doing it with 5-star teams. What you think Shedeur does with that team? What do you think those quarterbacks do on Colorado?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I think you're talking about more established lines, versus CU line 1 year playing together. But what I think Shedeur do the same thing that he done at Alabama like he did this year. You know what I mean? But Alabama gonna run the ball more too. Yeah. And you know what I mean? Can he withstand those licks?
Alabama run the ball more too because they got them 5-star O-linemen opening up everything.
Yeah.
When them gaps up there and every running back going over 1,000 yards, yeah.
Yeah, so they're gonna be well balanced over there on that end. But as far as
their defense giving them a lot more. Their defense giving them a lot more possessions too.
What I see, yeah, true. What I seen at CU though this season, I just feel like at the end of the day, I feel like that line was somewhat. They held up the best way they knew possible. But I feel like a lot of it fall upon the coaching did not put them in the best situation. That's just my point of view.
Well, you have to take in consideration a lot of those dudes closer to the second half of the season, they weren't the initial starters. Like when I said the freshman center, he wasn't the backup center. He was like the 3rd or 4th string center because the original line center didn't get to play. The other one got hurt. And all of a sudden you come in, it's just like the backup quarterback coming in. You haven't did one snap. You got to figure it out. And in any organized sport, you're going to get somebody with 3-4 years experience and you never played. Even if you are stronger than that dude, he's going to whoop your butt almost every play.
I agree with you on that.
But that's okay. You're saying, okay, that could happen. It could happen, but the idea is you got to go out there, you got to play. Okay. So what we saw, whether he was the 3rd or 4th string, is that I don't know why. I don't know how is it that we get to this place where we're saying that, oh, Shedeur can get 3,200 yards with dead bodies, right? Because
he did it. He did it. That's why we saying it, because he did it.
The offensive line had their moments where Shador was back there and he had enough time to throw the ball. If you watch the TCU game,
did they have moments like once or twice a game, or did they have a whole game full of moments? Like the whole game they dominated? Because I didn't see one game they dominated the whole game. I didn't see that.
Go watch the TCU game. Go watch
TCU. They was getting the Shador also.
But remember what I said at the beginning of the year, they had their starting lineman with the exception to the center. But halfway through the season, there were several linemen that had to switch from guard to tackle, and they had to get a whole third string center. Most of the players weren't playing in their original position, and they weren't original starters that played on that TCU game. So that already automatically put them in a setback.
Right.
How do you expose an offensive line? Let me hear your answer to that question. How do you expose an offensive line?
What do you mean? How do you expose offensive line? They got beat.
No,
they expose themselves.
No, I'm just asking. I want you to answer the question because I got something else coming. How do you expose an offensive line?
You beat them.
Depends on where you're trying to run a pass.
Well, I'll give you this, and then y'all can add to this. If, as far as an offensive line is concerned, right? Okay, I'll ask you this question. What is the average amount of time that each offensive line is going to give a quarterback? Average.
Got about 3 to 4 seconds.
Yeah.
3 to 4 seconds, right?
Yeah. 1,001, 1,002.
1,003.
Okay, so 3.5. We said we're settled at 3.5.
No, I put 4 seconds on it.
No, 4 seconds is too long.
It's a long time.
4 seconds is long.
4 seconds is eternity.
If you're doing 1,000, 1,002, 1,003.
You know how many times?
It depends on how far his drop back is, also.
Yeah.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Is he doing 3-step drops?
Bro, if you're getting 4 seconds, everybody on that offensive line is getting over $3 million in college.
You got Alabama line if you're doing that. You got Alabama.
You ain't lying.
4 seconds. If you're getting 4 seconds.
I seen Milrow back there for like 6-7 seconds.
Yeah,
maybe one play. Maybe one play every now and then. I'm not saying you might not get that every now and then.
The chat said Bo Nix had 5 seconds.
That's just 3 seconds after he gets his feet planted. 3 seconds after his feet is planted.
And listen, there's another factor. If you have a scrambling quarterback, they can buy themselves more time. If Shador was to step inside the pocket, he can buy 2 more seconds.
The pocket collapsed.
So he bought time a few plays though. He bought time.
He needed to do it more. It's not that he didn't do everything every down. I'm saying it more often.
Look, he probably messed around and had PTSD in that pocket, man. When you get hit left and right.
I can tell you haven't played football. As a running back, I know which hold up to do. And sometimes you get blindsided from the left. A quarterback has to turn the bat to the side. The dude could be coming on your backside. You have no idea he's coming. A dude 300 pounds, probably running like a 4.9 and probably bench press 400 or 500 pounds, coming on your backside. You tell me you're going to stay in the pocket?
Oh no. But this is what I'm saying. Think about this though. People on the line has to scream because that's what we did. The coach told us
not in the middle of the game.
The coach told us scream. You got to communicate. Hey, he's coming, bro. Listen, Shador. Okay, but you
look, those linemen ain't take pride in protecting their quarterback.
That's another factor. I'm just saying.
And then another thing. Look, every time the real good linemen, every time somebody come near their quarterback, they not playing no games. You're doing dirty stuff. You late hitting. They in faces. They fighting. They wasn't doing any of that. The linemen supposed to be the tough dudes. They did nothing tough. They didn't have no grit.
Let me add one more thing to that. If a lineman gets beat, the next play he's doing something. He's spinning on you in the pocket. He's pinching you. He's airborne you to try to let you know that you come back here, it's gonna be a problem. That's what the linemen that I work with did. And they're dirty. Them linemen got real dirty because they were like, "Oh, I missed it, but next time I'm gonna remind you, give you a reason for not to come back here." So that was not happening. It seemed like every time Shador got hit, somebody would like they'll just walk away. They'll be like, "Oh, well, that just happened." But that's what I'm saying. Like
now we got some people that take pride. You heard what Seaton said.
That's the factors I'm talking about because there were other there was other things that were happening that we're not giving credit to. We got to understand, like, oh, okay, did they really want to play? The troubles actually start when the grown-ups started to argue, or when the grown-ups started to have disagreement. When did this start? Because
And
that's
like I
the
said,
factor.
some people had to switch positions. If you switch from a left guard
We
to a
got
right
Bishop
guard,
on the
if
daggone
you've
O-line.
never played the opposite side, you would think it would be the exact same thing, but it's totally different. You go from one side of the line to another, or from one position to only people that are like highly skilled, somebody like a Travis Hunter, or the guy that switched from free safety to linebacker. Dudes like that can switch positions. But if you just like been playing right guard all your life, then they switch you to the left guard, it's like it confuses your brain unless you're like an elite player.
But that's what I'm saying. So the Bishop Thomas was one of the guys that had to play that line. And I've always said that this has been a patch,
nice.
a duct tape team. This was a duct tape team. Listen, we're putting all the focus on that offensive line, saying, oh, they're trash and they're this. But I'm trying to tell you, there was a lot of other elements, and I've made the argument, and it's a little bit hard to make that argument when you're in a group. But listen, is you got to look at the little things that mattered. If all we need is a bunch of dead bodies, then please tell me, okay? Then please let me know that we're getting some better dead bodies coming up in here.
We getting some dogs that's gonna take pride and they're gonna use that spotlight as their advantage and go make it to the next level.
I can say two of that new offensive linemen they just picked up, they're probably actually better than a couple of them that are already on CU's team right now. These dudes that are coming out of high school, they're like stronger, bigger, and probably like more playing experience time than some of these dudes were at CU. Meaning that's just the way it is. Some people are just they're elite like that.
So we got the number one lineman coming out of high school, man.
Listen, we had the number one quarterback coming out of high school too.
You said what?
The number one cornerback coming out of high school for 2 years in a row.
Yeah, and one of them went All-American this year.
Right, but that one was like a couple of years back. We had Cromartie, your favorite guy, and he didn't translate.
What you mean he didn't translate? They played him at like week 6. Let him rock out. Let him get some experience.
Honestly, I think cerebral, like mental wise, he's physically capable, but he's not. The speed of the game and from high school to college, he's not mentally ready for that right now.
I agree 100%.
It took him a minute to get it because once you go to college, I've seen college scheme books. High school, if you play for a complicated or really good high school, there's a lot of plays. There's a lot of plays. But a lot of average high schools, they give them basic plays, then they get to college. If they're not book smart, it's going to take them a minute to catch some of those plays. And if you don't know the plays, you're in the middle of the game, and he says shift right or Roger Mack or just say something like that, whatever the play is, and you don't know what it is, it's going to take you out of the game.
You lost.
All day, like
cover 3. What is that?
What is cover 3? But Travis had that issue too. Travis had that issue because he's playing both sides of the ball. So even this year, they had to work extra hard to make sure that Travis knew exactly. Travis knew the plays that they were going to call on the offense. But hey, at the end of the day, if we take a look at this schedule, I'm going to put the schedule back, okay? Because this is what matters. We done
seen this schedule. We done seen this schedule.
You ain't seen this schedule. You ain't seen this schedule.
We done seen this schedule. We know what's up. Look like it got a little brighter.
Schedule. Okay, let me tell you what. You can look at the schedule, but
I'm looking at the schedule.
Why make it jump? Listen, are you listening? Are you here? Are you hearing me? Okay, like I think at the end of the day, man. Look, I'll put that schedule back up because this is where we gotta go through this schedule to get to 12. And you're not making no argument that's convincing me that we are gonna get to 12. It looks like we might get to 6.
I gave my argument, man. We need to be one of the top 2 teams in our conference.
Yeah.
Then we gonna get our chance. That's it. We got to take care of this regular season right here.
We'll get in just because Coach promised. If in the top 2 teams, he'll get in just because they know they would bring more money in than any other team in college football.
We win our conference. We win our conference, we automatically in. We get the bye week. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the automatically in, get the bye week. Forget the top 12. I'm looking for that automatic bye week. That's how you win right there. Get that bye week.
Chris,
Shador and Travis have to stay healthy.
Chris, this is your opportunity. I know Tim's and I know Flock's position on this. Are we getting to 12, Chris, on this schedule?
When you said get into 12, you mean win 12 or are we going to be able to play all 12 games? What exactly do you mean when you say that?
Why do people get confused when I say, okay, so Coach Brown? people start stuttering when it comes to this right here.
I think we have a
Are we getting here, Chris? Look on your screen.
Oh, you're talking about the playoff picture.
That's what Coach Brown wants. Do we get here?
I'm looking for that 1 through 4 seed.
Yeah.
Huh, Chris? No. Let's make it clear so I can hear Chris. Hold on.
If we get into the top 2 teams, like my man was saying, if 1 or 2, we for sure we in. Even possibility with 3, just because college football at the end of the day is about money. A lot of teams can go. Some teams can go undefeated and still don't make it. So it's about money.
Florida State didn't make it. But Chris, how confident are you that we crack this top 12?
It's all dependent upon.
Those are the elements that we've been arguing this whole show.
It's all dependent upon spring camp.
Look,
if he gets
that's what I said.
75%,
we still got commits. I gotta see the rest of the commits.
If he gets 75% of this team to come into spring camp, they in for sure. You got to think the team that he played with this year. Probably 70% of the team came in during the fall, and he still won 4 games. It's really tough to do.
See, that's what I was saying yesterday, Chris. Spring is going to tell me everything, but I'm still going to say 9-3, 10-2.
Yeah, 9-3, 10-2
right.
gets us in there.
So hold up. Let's make that point clear so people can understand what we're talking about. Hold up. So you're saying, like Tim said yesterday, and Chris, you're saying that spring is going to play a major part. And then sometimes people leave after spring also. If we can hold the team together, the people that he's bringing in, you're saying 75%. If we can get 75% of the team that he's putting together to come for the spring, then you're saying our chances of cracking this top 12 is good.
Yeah. And obviously that's not taking into consideration of the high school people because they have to finish the school year out. Unless they decide they can do like Dylan Edwards, leave early.
Okay, so you're standing on that. You're gonna stand on business on that, right?
Yeah.
So the spring. So why did you say 75% though?
Because if they only get 50 or less than 50, the other players are going to be coming in the fall, and they're going to have to learn the whole playbook, and they're going to already be like about 4 months behind.
Yep.
Okay, so 75%. Well, I think we got 75% because most of the guys are coming through the portal, right? 75% is possible, right? Because we got portal guys. So I don't see that they're not. There shouldn't be anything that keeps them from coming. As the only people that I see having a situation is the high school kids.
Yeah, outside of high school people, if we can get the people that are capable of starting, that should be starting, not people just to fill in a spot. That's the important thing. Having people that are starters, not just because you don't have anybody, you have to throw somebody in.
So okay, that was a big factor. I agree that was a major factor where Coach Prime, because I said it yesterday, and I think I've been saying it 2 days in a row that we had a duct tape team. So if we can get past the entire duct tape situation where Coach Prime has his guys, especially the starters, if we can get the starters in house for the spring game, then I think we're going to be good. We're going to be able to crack. We're going to be able to crack that 12 team. Y'all agree?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Travis only playing one way full time and the other way halftime? Having him play the full game is too much.
I said it. I said it before. I think he plays less wide receiver this year.
Yeah, I think he would. I think he should play. Well, you know what, Flock? I would say this. I agree with you on that. But I will also. I guess it depends on which route he wants to go at the next level. Do I want to be a wide receiver?
Nah,
at
he's
the next
definitely
level?
playing. He's playing
No.
corner next level. He's playing corner next level. That's his
Well, then I
primary
would.
corner.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I think
go.
I think we've
Yeah.
got. I think look, he can go in there and get them yards. That all that's good, but I think we value more a lockdown corner. We got a lot of receivers that can get. We got guys coming
Yes.
in. So I
You're
think
right. You're right.
a lockdown corner because he didn't get injured playing defense. He got injured playing offense.
Right.
Yeah.
So you think Travis is going to be going for a corner in the NFL?
Yeah, he's definitely going for corner in the NFL. That's his
And
primary position.
there's some games where I truly feel if he just played only defense, he would have made like a couple interceptions. And he made interception playing both ways. If he could do that playing both ways, imagine if he's 100% only focused on defense. Come on now.
I think they would have did a lot better with him just playing one half the ball against that Stanford game. I think he would have had some picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely had the energy.
Based on the team, if you're going against a high octane offense, let him play just defense. If you get going with somebody that's the opposite, let him play more offense. You have to base it on who you're playing. Because if you need offense, let's say he's a playmaker. He's like a Michael Irvin. You put him in there and throw the ball in his vicinity, he's gonna make a play.
Mm-hmm.
You may need him at Game 7.
Game 7 for
Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need them both on both sides.
Yes.
And the one thing about it, a lot of times he's in the game.
I think Utah
just
too.
like Deion, the fact that he's in the game, you're not passing to him. It opens up the other receiver automatically.
Kansas also.
Oh yes, I forgot about Kansas. Kansas State.
Kansas also.
Kansas State, they losing too.
Kansas State, we don't even really know yet because they quarterback just transferred. We don't know who's coming up behind him.
Now, who was their backup quarterback though?
I don't know.
The dude with the long hair. He like a dual threat. He can run and he can pass. Kansas State.
You said who was Kansas State backup QB?
Yeah, well, I can't think of that kid's name, but he can pass and he can run.
Wait, Kansas State. Let's go to Kansas State real quick. Bum. Player stats. So we got the receivers. Did I pass the quarterback? Y'all see my screen?
I can see it. It's small on my end.
Let me try to.
It should be at the top.
Yeah, it's always at the top. The Will Howard. Who, this Avery Johnson guy? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, they pretty much alternate them. Also,
go look at Kansas. Kansas's backup is good. Kansas backup's good.
Go to Kansas. Go to Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas got the good backup. I think he the long hair like curly head kid. Kansas got the good backup. But he started. He started because the quarterback was injured. Yeah, I think that's him right there. Is that BYU? Go to Kansas. I think that's BYU.
Slovis. Oh, I'm on BYU.
Yeah, go to Kansas.
Slovis, not Slovis, but Jalen.
That's the starter. Number 6 is starter. So he probably didn't get injured that game. That's their starter right there. But they backup came in and was good. You got to find a game where the backup started.
No, that's one thing I do hope Coach Prime learned. I think he's thinking too much like what he used to be, because Prime used to be the fastest guy on the field.
Yep.
One thing about when he thinks about Travis, he's like, well, Travis, he's in top condition. He don't get tired. No, I've seen him gas before. It's because he's running full sprints on offense as a wide receiver. Then he's trying to cover the fastest or best receiver on defense. It's going to gas a person. I don't even care if you're in good shape. You got dudes that are the fastest dude in the world. After they run 100 meters, they're gassed.
Hey, Chris, if you're going to be talking about Coach Prime, you better have body armor. Stop playing.
He's one of my favorite players, but I'm thinking he's thinking from his perspective because he could get out on the field and run circles around just about anybody. Matter of fact, it looked like he was skipping and he would outrun dudes. But that's not Travis. Travis is a more skilled guy. He's fast, but he's not close to as fast as Prime was.
Nah, he's not as fast as Prime.
So he definitely has the skill, but what Coach Prime says, his conditioning is crazy though. So y'all don't trust that if he's healthy, because you remember now Stanford he was hurt. So If he's healthy, y'all don't think like he should do both things?
Nah, I'm fine with him playing
I'm
both
fine with
ways.
it too.
I think he
But
should
not
play
100%.
less a little bit though,
Yeah,
a little less offense.
So who's gonna be responsible for getting out of Coach Prime? Because that's one of the criteria that came up in this show. Coach Prime need to watch this show and take our advice.
Nobody don't want to. They probably don't want to tell him because he'd be like, "I'm a Hall of Famer. Who are you to try to tell me?"
I know. Hey man, but we're the fan base. We are the ones that are looking at the situation.
If Michael Irvin was on the sideline, he could probably tell him.
Somebody got to get the Coach Prime and say, "Hey man,
we win that USC game with Travis."
Yeah.
Wait, Travis didn't play that USC, right?
He didn't play Oregon, USC. Yeah, he didn't play them games.
The game we got really burned down.
So with a healthy Travis, so okay, that's the entire let's just say that's the entire what's the name? If Travis stays healthy the entire season, then that's another criteria that helps us to win.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. That dude is the best player on the team.
Man, and I think Dylan Edwards is going to cook. I think he's going to cook next year. Just because he was really good this year in certain games, but if they can really I would go with the positive of the run game. If they can get him in open space, he's very difficult to tackle once he gets outside of the box. But the thing about it, they have to find a way to get him outside in free space. Nobody can tackle him. Most people can't.
So, listen, man, there's a lot of the issues that we're bringing up that really plays a part, that the coaching staff plays a part in. Because it's the coaching staff that's making the decisions to put these guys in a position to win. So, the coaching staff really got to step up their game. I know y'all talking gold jacket and all of that stuff, black and gold. We bleed black and gold, but that gold jacket ain't going to do much because they're not playing. So, those gold jackets are going to have to step up their game when it comes to us getting into that top 12. I'm stuck on this top 12 because that's what this show is about, but we can't get into top 12 being delusional. I'm telling you, coaching matters. Coaching really matters.
You don't believe
coaching does matter, but you have to look around the NCAA at the good coaches. These dudes their whole team is the top players.
Yeah. We did lose 2 games.
The SEC got the top 10 recruits off the recruiting list, high school recruiting list.
No, hold up. Chris just said something. Let me let him get.
I said we
let me let him
get
into more trouble.
We lost 2 games because of coaching.
Okay, get into more trouble.
Go ahead, Chris. That game where they didn't run down the clock properly. A couple games where they let people score right before halftime, and all they had to do either just take a knee or just run it out. Like in college football, it's different because you don't have to run the ball to run the clock out. The clock keeps running as long as you're outside of 2 minutes. Whether you pass or run, but if you're running plays and you still got like 15, 20 seconds on the clock and you already up and you're on their side of the field and then they get the ball back and score and you lose by a score, that's bad coaching. Or at the end of the game, you make a decision that causes the other team to have another possession and you're up. That's because of bad coaching. We lost 2 games like that.
Which 2 games you think what that was? I know you said the one that
I do remember I don't remember the exact team. Either one of you guys know what I'm talking about?
Feels so real. What about Travis on offense?
You backed him?
Yeah. Was it Arizona?
We made a mistake where we gave them the ball back. It was like 12 seconds to go or something like that, or 11 seconds to go. We gave them the ball back, and they scored on us.
And then the game where we ran up the points in the first half, and then the second half they came back and beat us. I was just like,
Stanford.
I'm like,
yeah, we let that Stanford game go.
That Stanford game is gonna be like the what was it? What was the NFL?
I think that Stanford game is a game that really killed our confidence. Like after that, I'm like, damn, even though we still had our more wins than losses at that point, that game was like, that let a lot of air out of the balloon.
That was like the
because we had that win, we would have went on to be 5-2. We would have been 5-2 at that point.
I'm thinking basketball. You know how in basketball, if your shot's not going in, what do? You take it to the hole, shoot a couple layups. Don't just if what you were doing before and you're like blowing the other team out is not working, you need to do something different. Don't keep just trying to do the same thing and it's not working, and they score every time you mess up. You go 3 and out, they score. You go 3 and out, they score. No, you need to step back. Hold on, let's maybe run a sweep. Well, try to run a reverse or run a trick play. Do something out of the ordinary, and that possibly could work because what you're doing is not working.
So they try to protect the score.
But that's what I'm saying. The offense has to stay on the field, though. The offense had to stay on the field. If you can't stop the other team defensively, you better run as much clock as you can.
And how do you do that with the run game? They didn't run. They were not a run team.
That's why they lost against Arizona. Arizona coach controlled that clock in the fourth quarter with not a lot of time left on the clock, and they went down and kicked the field goal and beat them.
Exactly.
They didn't even give us the opportunity to score again.
Right.
That's because we couldn't run the ball.
Well, running the ball would have ran the clock out. Just throwing the ball would have ran it out just like running it would have.
No, because when you throw the ball, the ball lands.
Runs.
Huh?
The clock still runs when you throw the ball and make an incompletion. The
clock still runs, right? But when you run the ball, somebody gets tackled. Guess what happens? They got to regroup. They got to get up, and they got to do it all over again. So you're running the ball. Somebody falls on somebody. All of that time, it's easy to just grab another ball and just throw it to the guy, and then they set it up and they're going. But run game takes a little bit more time to set up. You see what I'm saying?
That's only if you're running outside of the tackles. You're running inside of the tackles, you can spot the ball faster, so it's going to take up more clock. But if you're passing, you go to long pass, and the ball always on the other side of the end zone, I would be like,
USC had a horrible defense, Phil, so real. I'm sorry.
So
it was poor clock management either way, and that was the coach's fault.
So coaching has to be inside the elements that we're talking about. We got coaching on the board, okay? Coaching has to get better. Clock management has to get better. That's one thing, all right? And then we don't know. Defense got to get better. We don't really know what's happening on the offense, okay? We don't really know what's happening on defense. We're going to get that information hopefully after this weekend. Well, Monday is signing day, right? So we don't know if Coach Prime is going to.
I think it's the 20th.
It's not Monday. Monday's not signing day.
I think it's the 20th, right? Ain't 20th the signing day?
I thought Monday was, because that's what the guys have been saying, that Monday was a week before after Wednesday. That's Monday, I think.
The 20th. The 20th, I think is. So that's next week. I think that's next week. That's after Monday though.
Monday would be what? This is Wednesday?
Yeah.
The 20th is on Wednesday. So next Wednesday?
Yeah, next week.
Okay, so next Wednesday is going to be signing day. Now, do we know whether Coach Prime is going to release the defensive guys this weekend? We don't know, right?
He did say that. I think I did see something. He did say that this week is about them saps and all this and that. He was saying something about that.
What do we know about Sap? Did he get his degree yet? Or is that something that's in the works?
I guess that's in the works. I don't know nothing about that yet.
Because aren't you supposed to release the coach first before you bring out the gentleman who's going to be playing for them?
I don't know. We got a lot of time, so I don't know. But I'm sure they behind the scenes doing a lot of stuff.
So the defense, the linebackers group are all gone. We need a whole new line. We need a whole new linebackers group. So they got to bring that in. If we don't see no change or no movements on the linebackers, then who are we trusting? Who do we trust as a linebacker? Who's a strong linebacker that's gonna.
If we not bringing in somebody new, I can't trust any of the linebackers.
One of the linebackers were actually two of them were pretty good. The guy that
I know. Number 20 was trash. Number 25 was trash. Trevor Woods was playing trash.
We had one good one.
We didn't have a good linebacker. We did not have a good linebacker.
Yeah, I'm serious. I can't remember his name.
Was it Bentley? Was it Levante Bentley?
Yeah,
Bentley was not good.
He was nice.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
They were calling his name like every other play on one.
Man, come on, man. That front seven.
He redeemed himself a little bit. Come on, Flock.
At the end of the
Levante
season,
Bentley
he
redeemed
was
The
like,
himself.
best player that was in our front seven was Dominic. That was the best player in our front seven. The
Is it Dominic
linebackers was they wasn't doing nothing.
JD?
Yeah, he's
Only
going to the
linebacker that would have
NFL.
been good was Juju, but that was all messed up.
Oh, don't call Juju's name. Golly,
Yeah.
Juju had
Yeah, I
his
seen
issues.
that Florida State linebacker hit the portal. King P. I
Hey,
like him.
Georgia linebacker is who we need to be trying to get
Oh,
to.
that outside guy, number 7.
Man, he's
Yeah, I
oh
liked
my
him. I like him
God.
too. I like him too.
How many games did Juju play? Like 2 games,
2 or 3 games.
and then he was out of here.
Man, I don't know what happened to that kid.
His demons got him up out of here. Like there were too many demons going on. This was a spiritual thing.
Feels so real. We came back. We lost by 3-4 points. You think Travis wouldn't have made that up?
Oh, somebody going crazy in the chat?
Nah, he basically saying I don't think Travis would have got us that USC win.
Do you think that Travis would have made that difference?
Yes.
Come on now.
First of all, if he didn't make the impact on defense, he was definitely gonna make it on offense earlier. USC's defense is horrible. Come on. We can't do that.
That should show us that he's capable of just playing one way and making a difference. If they could be that close and he didn't play at all, imagine he just played one way.
Come on. Now it feels so real. If you would have said the Oregon game, I would have said, yeah, Travis, he wasn't gonna make us win that game. But that USC game, come on now. Travis was getting us over that hump.
But then again, if they scored every time that Oregon was just putting up. But at the same time, if we would have scored a few points, it would have slowed them down a little bit.
I like Travis, but I wouldn't say he would have made that big of a difference because I think.
Come on, man. Come on.
No. Okay, he would make a difference, but I'm saying like.
So look at this. So look at this. Our cornerbacks, because you don't like Cormani. Our cornerbacks are getting shitted on so bad. No, our cornerbacks was getting shitted on so bad in the USC game. They had to put in the freshman who barely played all season, Carmani Edwards. You think Travis wasn't locking down? Jerry Rice, son?
Circumstantial.
And see,
come on, man.
Carmani
You crazy.
I think he's going to be good next year because he kind of knows what to expect. But coming out of high school, playing in high school, I played for 3 different coaches. Some coaches don't teach you jack about plays and schemes. They just want you to get out there field, make a play. But at the same time, now that he has the proper learning, at least 1 year under his belt, he's going to be able to put his physical aspects with the knowledge of the game together. And he has playing experience. Next year, I think he's going to ball.
So somebody said I'm running up somebody's blood pressure.
Yeah, you is.
Listen. I think because I deal with the elements. I deal with all of the elements. We be looking at talents. We be looking at talents, and we just think, oh, talent's gonna rescue us. Talent was
Bro, so you telling me we lost by, and anybody can correct me in the chat, 3 or 4 points. I don't know the exact one. We came back without our best player on offense and defense.
I'll correct you. 7 points. We lost by 7 points.
Did we lose by 7?
USC.
I feel like it was 4 points. Wasn't it 42-46 or something like that?
It was 1-4. I'm sure.
Yeah, USC.
Either way,
USC didn't. I think it was 42-46, right?
Was it? Was it a field goal?
I think so. Hey, Chad, what was the score of the USC game?
I thought USC was 7 points. I thought we.
I thought they was up. I think they was up by like 4 points. They beat us by like 4 points.
I gotta look at that schedule. But okay.
Hey, feels so real. That's not our fault. They took they foot off the gas. It's not our fault.
No. I hate that argument.
It's like we took our foot off the gas against Stanford in the second half. Come on.
Right. It was 48-41. Jay says.
Travis was making that up. Travis was making that up.
I do hope Shador learned a lesson. I mean,
Travis was making that up. Cooper was getting killed that game. You think Travis not shutting down?
No.
Well,
you think Travis wasn't shutting down?
No, he wasn't.
So Carmani shut down, but Travis wasn't going to shut down.
Carmani ain't shut down. What are you talking-
What
you
was
talking
his stats against Cormani? Go
I'm not
pull
agreeing
that
with
up.
I'm
Go
not agreeing with you that Cormani
go
shut
pull
down.
that up. Go pull that up. Go pull up the stats. What it was against Carmani? What
I'm
did
not
the
agreeing
receivers
with
do?
you that Travis shut down.
Hey,
Cormani shut down.
you pull up facts. Go Google that. Go Google what the receivers did
let's just
against
say
Carmani.
I got you right now. Wait a minute.
he doesn't play like he. If you look at his high school film, he's making all of these spectacular plays. But in college, it's almost like he's not sure whether he wants to go for it or stay back. Go for it or stay back. He needs to let it go, learn the plays, and just physically break loose. But he's holding himself back because I think he's not sure about what he's doing. And because he knows Coach Prime is going to jump on him if he makes a mistake.
Okay,
he's overthinking it.
What defensive back was covering Travis? Let's put if y'all say he can't lock down on defense, what was Travis doing on offense? What would he have done against USC's defense?
You said what we have has done?
Yeah,
I haven't seen anybody shut him down offensively yet.
USC has one of the worst defenses in the country. Well, Travis would have torched that defense. Come on now.
They scored 48. They probably got 60 points.
We put up 41. We put up 41 points against them without one of our top receivers.
And he'd be making 1 and 2 plays where he's breaking.
Come on, man. Come on. You can't.
Bullish on the skills, man. You too bullish on the skills.
I'm not too bullish on the skills.
If you run a go route, 50+% of the time, Travis is going to get it.
Come on, against USC's defense.
I like Travis Hunter, and I think he's one of the best. Okay, obviously he won't be an All-American if he wasn't. But the thing is, you don't need like you made the same argument that you don't have to be the best. You just need to have the IQ and have other people fear you. The dude in the hood wasn't probably all that strong, but because people feared him,
you missed it because Kamani has the physical capability. He didn't have the IQ this year because he wasn't studying properly. But he has the physical capability.
Kamani can play, but he's not ready as far as like, what am I going to be able to do this? What should I do here? What should I do there? In different situations, he got to decide quick. He got to be quick on his feet to say what he's going to do.
Hey, Phil, so real. I'm not talking about other games. I'm talking about the USC games specifically.
Oh yeah, where he didn't play.
The USC game, you said he would have covered. He would have covered, right? But I don't listen, man. I don't believe Travis Hunter wouldn't have been. They were going through too many issues at that point. It was way too many issues.
So we went through all them issues, put up 41 points, and he would have brought less issues too. Also,
at the end of the day, Travis Hunter was not going to make that difference.
I think
so Travis Hunter doesn't score. So Travis Hunter doesn't score one touchdown in that game.
Travis Hunter didn't score a touchdown when
No. Was he scoring a touchdown in that game against the worst defense? Was he doing it?
Maybe. I mean,
but you got to think about the games he didn't score. He did something defensively. Got an interception. Maybe sometimes.
Was he not picking off Caleb Williams? Caleb Williams got picked off in that game.
Right, almost.
Caleb Williams got picked off in that game.
We were the first to pick him off. I get it, but
come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on. You can't say we barely lost against. We barely lost without our best player. You telling me our best player?
Are you seeing the highlights?
I'm seeing the highlights.
Yeah.
Okay. You're saying that Travis Hunter, once they took their Travis.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You seen that highlight, right?
Who was that? Wasn't that Cooper?
Hey, they stuck on 48 for 12 minutes. Look how long they stuck on 48. They had 48 on us with 12 minutes left.
Right, and
I mean, Carmani came in that game, started slowing stuff down. Omarion Miller.
Carmani didn't do jack.
Hey, if Carmani ain't do jack, they would have continued putting points on us.
Where's Carmani? I'm looking at the highlights. They're not showing Carmani in his highlight.
He make a
He's covering. He's covering.
I think
he's covering. He's covering.
Carmani was a dead body, bro.
No, he wasn't a dead body. You first of all, it's no possible way to be a dead body at corner. You can't put a dead body out there.
He was just there, bro.
Nah. Go. All right, type up Carmani. Type up his highlights against USC right now. Put his name there. USC game. And let's see what it was.
Carmani,
Come on, man. Knock it off.
I think he might be a better zone player than the man-to-man player.
OMG,
In zone,
yo.
Hey, Purple
he
Orca,
does pretty well, yeah.
hey, it doesn't matter if they slow themselves down. We slowed ourselves down against Stanford, but we lost. You feel me? You can't put that.
Yo, I'm telling you. At the end of
But
the day,
to say he wouldn't have made
It's
a
4
difference in the
quarters
game,
for a reason. You got to
he
play
would've
all
did-
4
yeah.
quarters.
he would have did one way, offense or defense, one of the two.
do
If not
do
both.
we have player stats for the for the daggone Pac-12? Are there player stats? Because I don't.
Man, go to the highlights. He didn't catch an interception, so you can't really see that. But he covered.
Oh, who's
He
highlighted?
locked down.
Which game?
Carmani USC. That's the game he made his name, man. Carmani the USC game.
Do they
That's
have
when
the
he locked
visual
up.
highlights?
That's
Is
when
that
he
the-
locked up. That's when he locked up the great Jerry Rice's son. That kid.
He just
Yo, I
Jerry
think
Rice
you're
he
poking.
played off his
I
dad's
think
name.
you're trying to poke, man. I think you're trolling
I ain't
right
poking.
now. You're trolling right now. Because I don't remember Kwamani being instrumental in that game. Not like that, bro. It was
Somebody
the run
said he
game that got us
drank a
back.
Gatorade by the cooler,
Because
bro.
I just played the highlights for you, and you're telling me that Kwamani was that. I didn't see anything that Kwamani did. What?
Did you type up his? Did you type up his highlights? Did you type up Carmani's highlights against USC, and you'll see him covering?
Did anybody do that video? Because where do I get that
Yeah,
from?
go on. Yeah, go ahead. Go look it up. Yeah, hell yeah.
Because on the
I see.
highlight, the highlights of the game would be on the regular highlight right here. Where is Cromani on this play?
He wasn't. Was he in the game? He wasn't in the game at that point. I don't think.
When did he come in? What score?
I think the second half. Didn't he come in the second half? Him and Armarion Miller. I think they came like second half.
Impactful, I didn't even know. I don't even remember him coming in the game.
No, our corners was getting beat, and they let up dang near 50 points in the first half, and he came in and did his thing.
If
Is
he
it
was
me
instrumental,
or
I
he
would
looked like
remember.
he be smoking weed?
Look. All right. So now, okay, is this the second half or first half?
Let me see.
Second, right? This says second. If Cormani was doing his thing, we would see him in these highlights, right? This is second half.
I can't. I don't see no highlights. I don't see no highlights.
Oh, you're not seeing the screen right now?
No.
It's just black.
Oh, black screen. How about now?
No.
So hold on. Let me go back. Let me set it up again because I think when I did full screen, I think it took me off. Because I don't see if Cormani was doing something in the. Can y'all see it now?
He's a cornerback. He has to cover.
Should be on the bottom.
I know that. Can you see the highlights now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
All right. So this is second quarter. If you watch these highlights, if Cormani was stopping,
Hold on. Go, who did Rice catch that touchdown on? I think that's when they put Carmani in after he caught that touchdown. Oh no, that's first half. That's first half.
This says third. Okay, this is first half.
Nah, I think
in the first half.
Yeah, and then they put Carmani in the game second half.
And I was saying a couple of times, I'm like, if the other players are getting cooked, they might as well put him in. He can't do no worse. You know, if somebody is getting scored on, you put the boy in and let him get some experience.
What half is this? Where we at? Is this second half?
Nah, that's second half. That's second half.
So where's Cormani?
It's offense.
We on offense. What are you talking about? Where's Carmani? Carmani is all the way to the far left. That's where he's at.
Here we are.
Interception.
That's not Cormani.
It's not. It's not his side. He plays cornerback. You don't destin. You don't cornerback. It's a reactive position. You don't control where the ball goes or what highlights you get. When they throw to your side, you take care of business.
Right, but I didn't see where he was like so instrumental. You're like he got highlights.
He's covering his receiver. So obviously, if he was doing something bad, if he was doing something bad, Caleb Williams would have took advantage of him and kept throwing at him.
I see what you're saying.
Come on now. You gotta really.
So he was a dead body.
To his side. That means
look. There's no dead body at cornerback. It's just not. That's just not it.
I'm using your words, bro.
Nah. That's two different things. I played cornerback. I played cornerback. That's the most difficult position in football. Come on now.
He was an able body, okay? They needed something.
Hey, he got in that game. Something got through them freshmen. The freshmen turned it up for him.
They just needed anybody to just do anything. Listen, Bishop
Thomas
got on the deck.
That's another thing too. For anybody in the chat that's like, oh, Travis wouldn't have changed nothing. if Amarion Miller went for 196 and 1/2, what you think Travis was going to do to that defense?
Come on now, I don't think Travis would have did anything. Look,
are you crazy? That dude damn near had 1,000 yards and he missed like 2-3 games. Are you crazy? Playing both sides of the ball.
Every play on offense.
Come on, man. To knock it off, man. Why you gotta watch that? You gotta watch the game and really analyze it. You do. Or we might have to do a segment on your channel, and we might have to go on a real football field and see if you could cover and see how hard that cornerback position
I told you. Listen, you in my prime when I'm at UNC Greensboro, Chris can attest to you. My body, my fit.
I'm not in shape right now either. I ain't playing forever.
I don't know if you were fast. I don't know if you can play corner.
I can tell Harry don't got no mechanics. I know, right? What position you played, Harry?
Corner. Chris can attest.
No way you played corner. No way you played corner talking like that. No way you played corner talking like that. Ain't no way you played corner talking like that.
Tell him I was fit.
Yeah, he probably would have been a linebacker. He would have been a cut-up linebacker.
Chris, tell him how beefy I was in college.
It ain't no beefy cornerbacks. Come on now. There's no beefy cornerbacks. You got to stop that.
I played quarterback in high school, but I got bigger when I got to college. I started way late.
And what you played at college?
I didn't play football because I went to UNCG. We didn't have a football team. We had a soccer team. But I'm telling you, it's a problem that most people don't want. I'm telling you, even at 40-some years old, it's a problem that most people don't want. They just don't get it. People don't understand.
Hey, Purple Orca, huh? Washington State and USC is 2 different teams. That's not comparable.
Okay,
yeah, Washington, they're on you all day.
So okay, we about to end the show, but I'm gonna ask you this question. If we did what we did against all those other teams, then how did we get so beat badly so much with Oregon? Can anybody ever put that? And Panda's over here. We talked about that yesterday.
Oregon was better than us. They was way better than us. They was out our league.
Every team was better than us.
You can't say every team was better than us. The teams we beat wasn't better than us.
Huh? And there were some teams that we should have won those games.
Look, this the thing. Everybody looks at the 4-8 record, but they don't really look into the analytics of, look, that 4-8 team and that 1-11 team was different. That 1-11 team, when they lost every game, they got blown out by 30 every game, average. That was an average loss.
Like an Oregon game. Every game was an Oregon game.
Every game was an Oregon game. Come on now. It's so it was an improvement. We not the winners we want to be right now, but that is the different. The teams is different, and this 2024 team is going to elevate. They're going to be better. I can't say whether they're going to be 10 teams, 10 wins in the playoffs, none of that, but I will say they will be better.
All right. I got. We're going to end the show on this. I got what you've been looking for. We can thank Phil. For this. All right. I got what you've been looking for. Let's go to it. You tell me if you think that this was game stopping material. Okay. I got what you've been asking for, Flock. Let's go.
You about to pull up one random play. I already know you're gonna pull up one random play.
I'm not that petty. Come on, give me some more credit.
Yeah. Come on. Let's see this. Let's see this stuff. Let's see.
I'll give you petty, but I ain't that petty. Come on, now. Give me some more credit.
Let's see it. Let's see this. Let's see this.
My screen?
I
pulled a walk when he's about to get beat. Yo, you can see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
You see the highlight right now?
Yep.
Right,
hey, take down the schedule. It's like half a screen.
Huh?
Take down the schedule. It's like half a screen.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me go back. Let me go back. Oh man, he's like, look, you about to show me. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. Let's see this guy here. All right, we see it?
Yep.
Yeah, it should be at the bottom, I think.
If I enlarge it, can you still see it?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right.
That's what Kamani did right there. That's what he did right there to Jerry Rice's son. That's what he did right there to Jerry Rice's son. When that ball came to him, he stopped the touchdown. So we could have got beat. So they could have put 50-something up on us. Come, ooh, good defensive play. Good defensive play. Baller. Hey, Harry, you said you played corner. That's not a great play right there.
No, I celebrated that play. That was the one that we can all say, yeah.
Yeah, celebrate that.
That was
Stopping
one.
touchdowns ain't easy. Stopping touchdowns is not easy.
He needs to put on some weight though. He kind of skinny bones.
Like
He looked like Travis.
We all celebrated
Travis
that
got
one
more
play.
muscle than you do, man.
Bro, we all celebrated that one play. Like we saw that. Everybody saw. The whole world saw that play. But that was one. That's
No. That's one big play.
Oh,
He was covering. It's obviously
big play.
look. No. Look. If he was covering poorly, it would have been a lot of touchdowns on his head. Caleb Williams would have exposed him badly.
He was a dead body, bro.
Come on, that's not dead body material right there. You seen that passion in him too. That's what we needed last year, some passion.
Yo, what game did I say that? I said on the live stream. I said he just became a man. Like I don't remember which game it was, but listen, man, that's one. Okay, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying you're talking about he came in and he shut it down. Like, bro,
he did shut it down. He did shut it down. What are you talking about? He shut it down.
Yo,
he shut his side down.
It gave us near 50. You talking about he shut it down? Oh, he shut it down, all right.
Are you forgetting they scored almost 40 in the first half? He came in the second half and didn't get scored on, so they didn't give him 50.
Bro, come on.
He didn't play first half. Come on now.
He did better than the players that were already on the first half. Yeah, he did.
Come on.
Okay, he did better than the players we had. Okay, so we won 4 games this year, more than last year. So here we go. Congratulations. We're going into the Big 12 with that. Okay, we're gonna go. He's gonna start in the Big 12 because of that one play.
Better than the starters did.
Komani about to start in the Big 12 because of that one play.
Right next year. I think he'll probably have him right by next year.
He getting right. He getting right. He a 5-star for a reason. They're not throwing 5 stars on anybody.
All right, so I think I've done enough trolling because I'm a fan of Komani's. I troll enough. I like Komani. I don't want everybody to get stuck in their mind thinking that I don't like Komani. I like Komani, okay? I'm just trolling. But
if he locks in, him and Travis are going to shut it down next year.
He's not starting.
Isn't Shiloh coming back?
Chris, I know you're new to the panel, but he's not starting. He got a
chance to start. He got a chance to start. He got a chance to start.
Komani's not starting. Do not lose your
Harry, if you played corner, then Komani got a chance to start.
If he studied, he will start. Oh, that's good, right? I see what you're saying.
Listen, I was a no star and I went to a soccer school. If you compare me with anybody on the CU team, then we're in trouble for next year. Oh man. Yo, I gotta say bye to y'all, man. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I hope I can get you on next time. Y'all take care.
All right, take care.
All right, guys. Oh my goodness. If I'm the measuring stick, I tell you, if I'm the measuring stick for CU, we're in trouble. Oh man. Thank God I can talk, boy. I was not the star football player. You put me on that line, it ain't happening. But listen, man, guys, let me wrap this up. We still got to make 12, regardless of how great Travis Hunter you think Travis Hunter is, regardless of how great you think Komani is, we got to make 12. All right? We have both Travis Hunter and we have Komani McLean. Will he be better next year? I sure hope so. I sure you take whatever you got from last year or this year and you transform into a better player. I want to see you start Komani McLean, especially if you're watching the channel, okay? I want to see you start, all right? And guess what, Coach Prime? I'm not coming at you. I hope that you do better. I want you to do better, and I want you to run the ball. So if I sound like I'm coming against you saying that you're lying, I didn't say you're lying. I just want to encourage you to run the ball more. If we don't run the ball, we're going to be in trouble because once they stop the run, we're going to be back exactly where we were this year. And I don't want us to get back there. Let's have a balanced offense. If we do those things and we replace the linebacker core, if we get people to stop the run, I guarantee you we can possibly make 12. But I see us making a bowl game, but how do we get to 12? I don't know how we get to 12 because we don't know yet if those things are going to change. But I'm giving you the prescriptions. My panel, all of these guys, we're giving you the things that we saw. We're not coaches. We don't have gold jackets, but we have eyes. We saw some atrocities, okay? I'm going to repeat that. We saw some atrocities, okay? Number one, we didn't run the ball. Number two, Shador was holding the ball way too long. Number three, the offensive line, they have some issues, all right? And the defense could not stop a fart from running through their butts, okay? So the defense got to stop the run, and the coaches got to coach better. They got to make better decisions. They got to control that clock a little bit better. Everything on this team has to get better in order for us to get to 12. That's the point, to get to 12, not just to win and to get into a ball game. We don't have to win just to get into a ball game to get to 12. We got to get to 12. How do we do that? It's yet to be seen. Let's see what happens on the defensive line, and let's see if Cormani can go to the weight room and put on some weight like Chris is saying. Hey, man, that's all the show I got for you today. It was fun. I hope you had a great time, guys. Let me get some fire emojis if you can remember to do that. Let me get some fire emoji if you thought that today's show was even better than yesterday or was a good show. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I appreciate you joining me with TLP live at noon. Okay, guys, that's the show I have for you today. And you know who I am. I'm Harry B. Okay, the agitator, the trouble starter. But that's why you love me, man. It is what it is. Okay, TLP Sports Club. I'm Harry B. That's your Liberian perspective. TLP Sports Club. Brah. Peace out. Thank you, Flock. Oh my gosh, it was fun today.